All right.
Yo, welcome to Knicks at Night. I'm your co-host Stephen Fox. Our host Uncle Freezy will be here soon. Well, D Rose was out again tonight due to the COVID protocol, but we welcome back Elfrid Payton, and his 20 points helped the Knicks beat the Pistons tonight at Madison Square Garden, 119 to 93. All five Knicks starters scored 10 plus points for the fourth time this season, and we were led by Randle's 27 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and RJ's 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. I hear a little echo in the background. The Knicks won the battle of the points in the paint by a 66-38 margin and out rebounded the Pistons 47 to 29. The Knicks now have won 8 out of their last 11 games and are now 19 and 18 at the All-Star break, good for 5th place in the Eastern Conference, and they resume play against the Bucks on March 11th. We'll go over the game, recap the players' performance with the video panel and live chat, and let me just do a shout out to the family. Hey, Freezy, I'm hearing some stuff in the background. I don't know where it's coming
Hey,
from.
man, I'm muted. I was muted during the whole time.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell that's coming from. Well, that's strange. So that's real strange. Okay. Well, let me do a shout out to the family. Chris Chang. Hey, Chris Chang, man, you're good people. Enjoy talking to you all the time in the different chats. You're just really, really good people. And I haven't told you like that lately. Let me tell you that. Kenny Payne, good to have you here up from Kentucky. New York has an all star, Julius Randle. Absolutely agree. Devin Cruz, Frank deserves to be in the rotation. I agree, Devin. He's a good off ball basketball player, as Freezy said, and kudos to my brother. He's a Bruce Bowen. Again tonight, no, we'll go over it in a few minutes, but he had no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks, but he had those big threes, and we appreciate it, and we use him right. He's very valuable. Sean Hawkins, EP is back. What's the verdict? The verdict is we have a 119-93 victory, and that's all that counts. And we badly missed him. And with D Rose out and us not having a pure point guard, that's the verdict. Good to have him back. Hey, Real King, salute to you. The new Knicks, man, my Renaissance guy. I got your thing, by the way. Very talented. Obviously, Freezy will make the decisions, but God, you're a talented dude. I hope all is well with you. So we'll get into it as the people come in, but God bless Julius Randle, man. He's a monster. He had a double double in the first half, but he finished up with 27 points, 11 for 19 shooting, 1 for 4 from 3, 4 for 6 from the foul line, 16 rebounds. What a unbelievable. 7 assists, 1 block. In 42 minutes, I was hoping he got a little more rest, but what are you gonna do? So what a beast. Hey, Braham718, salute to you. Hope all is well. Devin Cruz, RJ is playing great. I can't wait to year 3. I agree with you, man. When RJ doesn't play well, I call it like I see it. But when he plays well, I call it like I see it. And the kid's playing well. He's playing. So RJ tonight, Devin, 21 points. By the way, on Randall, he was a plus 16 tonight. Besides 27, 16, and 7, he was a plus 16. RJ Barrett had 21 points, 9 for 13 shooting, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 for 2 from the foul line, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He was a plus 7, and that's the great numbers. I like when he only takes 2 or 3 threes, and he around 13 to 15 shots, and he had 13 tonight in 31 minutes. I thought it was a perfect game for RJ. Very, very good, and also impressed with his passing. If Noel had better hands, he'd probably have a few more assists. But he's really starting to get into that groove when he gets into the paint, no look passes and stuff. So absolutely happening. YouTube watcher, how are you, YouTube watcher? I can't believe Jake the Snake Roberts messaged me today on Instagram. I was stunned. Yo, Jake the Snake. That brings back some good memories and him and Macho Man and having that snake take a piece out of Macho Man. Oh boy. Oh yeah. So hit those likes. Thanks, Kenny Payne. Gideon Amakwa. Salute to you. Um, Let's see, Boost Mobile. Yo, one of our either our power forward or shooting guard or a small forward. I hope all is well, Boost Mobile. Always appreciate your support. Freezy, he says, I love your demeanor. Bronx is in here. Yep. So I love the Bronx and I love my Freezy. So it's a win-win. Big task at hand. Let's go, Alfred. Let them know. I agree, man. Very similar to a year ago, we hated Julius, and he made this unbelievable turnaround. Um, you know, Elford's doing that. Elford's playing well. Obviously, he's going to slow down the pace and everything, but he's a horse of a point guard. That's why Tibbs loves him. His physicality. As I said, you've heard me say on previous broadcasts that his dad was a Hall of Fame defensive end in the Canadian Football League. So Elford is a 6'4" point guard, and I'm sure if you were next to him, you're like saying, "Oh my God, this is an NFL defensive end or an outside linebacker playing point guard in real life." So he's a big boy, and yeah, he's finishing better in the paint versus other times, and they're 13-5 when he has 5 baskets. So he does things right, and he's a real point guard. And when we see Frank, who again had no zero assists the game the other day, 0 assists again tonight, you see quickly we're in dire need of a traditional point guard when D Rose is not here, and Elford
I don't
does
know,
do that.
Foxy. Some of you can't blame Frank on all of that though, because there were some passes Frank hit off with some guys and they just missed shots.
I
I mean,
know that.
so it's not totally Frank's fault on the assist. Quickly, on the other hand, I can dig it. I see, but man, the I think it was the Bullock. I think it was Reggie Bullock 2 times from Frank. I think that I recall saying that, man. Come on, if you're a professional basketball player, man, can you hit like little bunnies or whatever?
Bullock was 4 for 13, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
and
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and Burks was 4 for 9. We are in desperate need for the umpteenth time for a three on this team.
yeah.
Boy, oh boy! So just continuing our shout out to the chat. Uh, YouTube watchers saying, "Ooh yeah," in Macho Man, PBT, PBD. Julius, as he has been on many nights in the first half, was the difference. It's been an amazing turnaround. The majority of fans wanted him gone as recently as after the draft. Now he's irreplaceable. That's poetry, PBD. Honest,
Yep,
when
yep.
you think about the game that's going to be happening, earlier in the afternoon, the Knicks are playing tonight. You can pencil in Randle for the, 20 some odd, double double and 5 assists, game in, game not out. He had might as well do it now. Really, really special dude. We're seeing things that we never saw before on Julius, and
Yeah.
so
And good
Julius,
and good decision making too on offense. Good decision
absolutely.
making. Yeah.
So now Julius has 10, 25 point, 10 rebound, 5 assist games, and he's already the second most in a season in Knicks history. And also, if people, you can go to StatMuse. Freezy and I are very cool about not doing anything on copyright. But even better, don't go to StatMuse. If you go to Alan Hahn on Twitter, he put out a tweet from StatMuse showing the shot chart from Randall from 2017-18, 2018-19, and 19-20, and now this year. It's amazing to see his progress. Where almost all 2 years ago, 3 years ago, everything was in the paint, very little on the three, and you just see his progression. So now it looks like a Jackson Pollock painting, that there's dots all over the thing, that he's progressed so much. So and also he wrote a story. He wrote a heartfelt note or a story, Julius Randle, and he said, and it's basically from an excerpt of his piece called Reputation in Players Journal. He said, I know you only get one chance to make a first impression in a city, and I was so disappointed in myself for how that first season in New York had gone. I felt like I blew an opportunity. I felt like I'd cemented my reputation in the opposite way that I wanted to. Selfish, not a leader, not a winning player. I had heard all of it, and I couldn't say a thing about it. And I knew that if I wanted to shake off that reputation I built up, I really only had one option: to come out this season and establish a new one. Yo, that's leadership. To look in the mirror and say, you know what? And he said that he tried too much in his first season because that the free agent contract, and he knows that they wanted him to score X amount of points, and that he just didn't play. So for a guy to look in the mirror and do that, lots of respect. Eric, my friend, how are you today? Good to see you as
My
always.
brother, Stephen Fox, Uncle Freeze. Good to be here.
Good to see you. Good to see you as always. And I'm still jealous of you that you got to hang out with Chuck, man. I've been stewing about that. That
Listen,
why does my buddy Eric get all the luck?
now listen, we'll link up.
Oh, I know that. I know that. I'm jesting, obviously, but not really. I want to hang out with. It's like we've been, in these darn tied up in with this darn pandemic, not doing the things that we want to do and going back to a normal life. That's quarantine, and of course, I had some health issues. My wife makes sure that I quarantine until this thing's over. But I said to my wife, man, more and more, I think this thing's going to go on for a long time, and it's heart wrenching. So let's just a few more people. Let's see. Again, Chris Chang, my buddy. How are you? So YouTube watchers. So what's this Donovan Mitchell talk tonight? Legion was saying how they're suspecting it was because of him being picked last. Or yo, G Money.
What's
Now
going on?
I got a smile on my face tonight. My guy is back, man. How are you today? How's life?
Great, great. Life is going well. Just surviving through the pandemic. How's everything with you guys?
Good, thank the Lord, like you said. Just taking a day at a time, and look at the wife, look at the pup, look at my family,
Mm-hmm.
and know I'm blessed. And hey, we won 8 out of 11. We're 19-18 at the All
Yes,
Star break,
yes, sir.
and life is good.
Life is great. Life is great being a Knicks fan right now. We're 1918. We're above 500 before All Star break for the first time since 2013. The last time we were in the playoffs. Ironically, the number four seed is Boston. Ironically, the last time the Knicks were in the playoffs, we played the Celtics and we knocked them off. So just want to throw it out there. The ball movement was great. We pushed the pace. I thought Alfred Payne was attacking the racket well. Hell, he even hit a three today. RJ Barrett continues to. His jumper's been improving a little bit. Julius Randle, marvelous performance, playing under control. We did get some turnovers here and there, but I thought we kept poise. We kept our composure after Detroit pulled within 9 after being down 20. And this Knicks team is showing some pride, showing some toughness. And right now, if you're a Knicks fan, we gotta love this energy. I think we'll make the playoffs, but it's gonna be a very tough second half of the season because we got Milwaukee twice, Philadelphia twice, Brooklyn, Washington twice, OKC, Miami, Minnesota, and Orlando. So yeah, it's gonna be tough in March.
Yeah. Hey, have you heard? You know so much. Have you heard anything about D Rose of whether he actually has COVID, or is it just a safety protocol? Because I mentioned that whether it's Jason Tatum or a few of them, they said they're back, but they said they just feel tired. And you as a
I
nurse,
mhm.
Eric, you just feel drained. And I'm like, yo, we're trying to keep D Rose fresh. That if he got something like that, the last thing we want is something that's going to be working on his immunity system or just has him, just exhausted.
Well, I
I
heard,
would,
I, I,
go ahead,
I heard
go
he
ahead.
flew back with the team, and then he had negative tests.
Mhm,
Then he flew back.
mhm.
Hmm.
So I didn't know what really was the issue today, but
I think it was just
he was
safety
saying,
protocols. That's what it was. Just here's the thing. I heard that one of the tests was inconclusive. That's why he didn't play today. So I mean, yesterday since it's after midnight. So I think that it could have been health and safety protocols. That's my guess.
I hope you're right, man, because like I said, but it would be nice that maybe he gets a little time off and he comes back a little fresher. We do a little load management. And also, in about hopefully 3 weeks or so, Mitch will be back, and he should be a
Hmm.
lot fresher because he was hurting. Besides the injury, you could see he had tape on his shoulder. He turned that
Hmm.
ankle, so
Hmm.
he was banged up a little. So, like you said, G Money, this is going to be a real grind this second half. A
Hmm.
lot of back to backs,
Hmm.
and we like the guys fresh. Tibbs, please. D Rose, 8 minutes in the first quarter, take him out. 8 minutes in the third quarter, take him out. And then the
Hmm.
last 8 minutes of the game, 24 minutes, that's just about right for the guy. Because if you play him a lot early into the second half, I don't know what he's going to have left in the tank by the time
Hmm.
crunch time comes in those last few weeks.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because I want him to become fresh by fourth quarter, and if we do make the playoffs, I want him to become fresh by playoff time. Because remember, Derrick Rose was an MVP back in 2011, 2012 he was having an MVP type year, but Phipps overplayed him too much that make him torn his ACL, and then he was never the same Derrick Rose again. I know he's still good now, but he's not the explosive Derrick Rose that we had back in Chicago. So I'm like you said, he has to manage minutes, put him at the right time. And in my personal opinion, I think when we play the bad teams, they can low manage Rose. But when we play against the good teams, then we should play him. That's my guess.
Yep.
Real quick, salute, salute to the Kenny Payne in the chat. Respect to you too, brother.
Hmm.
I'll be waiting for those tickets.
Hmm.
Hey, what's up with your audio tonight, Eric? It sounds like you're talking like this in an echo chamber.
Really? I didn't have that issue. I was just on Legion. I didn't have no problem.
Well,
Hmm.
I didn't see on Legion, but hey, by the way, a quick shout out. See my shirt?
Oh,
I had a
Hmm.
Christmas
nice.
Nice.
today. My wife, I heard the doorbell, and my wife said, "Hey, a package came. Did you order something?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so." I opened it up, and Christmas came early. Ron Cleveland sent me a man T-shirt. Thank you, Ron. Shout out, and also our brother Ron. Hey, you meet a lot of people in life, but you only meet a few special people. Ron is a special guy, and
Hmm.
I'm proud to say he's a friend of mine. He's
Hmm.
only a few people short of the 2,000 mile
He's a good
subscribe.
guy. He knows the game.
Yeah,
Passionate fans. Ron is awesome. He knows the
yeah.
game a lot.
So
Yeah, shout out Ron.
there's only a few he's only a few short of the 2,000 milestone. So any of people have not that are listening, if you haven't subscribed, hit the like, subscribe, and remind the bells for man. It's the New York Knicks. Please support our guy Ron. Let him get over that 2,000 milestone. It is so well earned. And a lot of you who've been watching Knicks at Night know that when I first started, it was basically Kevin Wright, myself, Rob the Nick, and Ron almost every night. So, and then Ron had went out on his own, and the rest is history. But we had a lot of special nights together, and I miss him, and we built a friendship. So thanks again, Ron. I'll be wearing this proudly, spreading the gospel. So, hey, just another quick shout out to the chat. Quattro Cinco, how are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Jason, Simma sings in the building. Nobody could do it like Freezy, but I'll give it a try. Kodak Vlogs. Let's see. Kaiser Sose. Hope all is well. Yo, you just saw GI get a verbal beat down. Yo, I didn't see that. I was hanging with my friend Ron. BJ Boogie. Hi. Hope all is well. Let's see. Hoodie Swish. Hey, what's happened, Hoodie? We've been talking. Will Salkin, same to you. Quiet Money, you were here a second ago and I saw you drop out. But my field producer, Quiet Money, hope you come back as always. Let's see. PBD Jules is on pace to be the first player since Bird with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 plus assists while shooting 40 from 3. He's had an historic first half. I agree, man. I love that stat. And, we have a way to go, but it's an honor that at this halfway junction, that he's achieved that. Let's see, just a couple more. James Mills, how are you? Mike D. Let's see, Black Mamba, hope all is well. Hey Steven, have you been watching any other draft prospects? Black Mamba, yes, I've been. Got my trusty book. Oh, Chop! Yo, Eddie.
What's going on?
Wow, this is quite this is a great night. So yes, just to
My
answer,
man, Chop.
I love my Chop, man. It's an honor. How are you today, Chop?
Salute. God bless everybody.
That's a long ah.
What's going on? How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Eddie, how are you, my
What's up?
friend?
How you doing, Steven?
Good, 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 good. Quiet money.
What's up? Salute, Stephen Fox.
Yeah. Hey, just to answer our
Salute.
friend in the chat, Black Mamba, I have been watching, and just real quick, everyone, we're picking at this point. We've done so well. We're picking 18 and 20. Trade these picks because we're not going to get anybody that's at least for several years that's going to be a game changer in the 18 to 20 zone. Trade these picks for an established player, please. If somebody's listening, what do I think about Keon Johnson? Keon Johnson is a project. He's an athletic, super athletic guy. He jumps out of the gym. He could be a defensive prospect, but no shot at the moment. So typical guy that has great athletic prowess in college, drives the basket, drives to the basket, drives to the basket. But it'll be a few years before, if at all. So I'm in him and his teammate Jaden Springer. Actually, I like Springer a little more. But again, he's a below the rim guy, and we need a 3-level scorer and athleticism on this team. And I just don't know where we're going to pick. We're going to get anybody like that. Haddock and Sharon, how are you? So I'm going to get back to my brothers in a panel second, but I will ask everyone to please hit those likes, subscribe, and remind the bells so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. Please share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Blawrence Tears family. And thanks again for helping us get over the 1,390 subscriber milestone. 1,500, here we come. We greatly appreciate it. Quick shout out to the best mods in the land, Sima Singh, Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks. We appreciate all you do. So, Eddie, what'd you think about the game tonight?
To be honest with you, I really didn't pay much attention to the game tonight. I saw that we were up big.
We were up 20.
Yeah, we were up 20 points, and in the fourth quarter, it looked like we took our foot off the pedal, and Detroit came back a little bit. I was never really afraid that we were going to lose this game, and I just didn't see much of a reason to really dissect or look at the game any further than what it was. I'm happy we got the win. I'm happy we were over 500 going into the All-Star break. But what I was trying, I was just in another podcast, and I wanted to get into trades at the All-Star break, and I really couldn't do that. So I decided to jump on here and see what you guys think of certain players like Oladipo, like Drummond. I'm looking at Kelly Oubre for some reason.
We need
I want
a three badly on this team, so I can
I
understand.
wouldn't
that.
mind Kelly Oubre. I don't want Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's a good player, but he's injury prone. He's inconsistent. He's not a great defender.
Big high
Nah.
usage rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
actually
also I'm old
who I
school.
wanted to
I was
who I
just gonna say I'm old school. That he's had catastrophic leg injuries. He was out
Mm-hmm.
with a foot this year, like G Money said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want us to put big money on a guy that's the Antonio McDyess syndrome. Don't
Mm-hmm.
don't don't buy somebody that could come here and you just know the curse will hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just put those names in there because it seems like those were the players that were talked about the most when it came to the Knicks. But me personally, I was more looking at a Kelly Oubre type deal. Maybe somebody that can be had, not that high of an expense to get him. I really don't know what Golden State thinks about it, but
Well, let me ask
I
you
would.
this. Let me ask you this question: have you heard the rumors that he's not well liked in the locker room at Golden State?
No, I haven't. I
I've heard.
haven't.
Wow.
But it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I heard some of that. So I think we're real conscious on culture. And even though he's an upgrade at the three, I think he may not be a fit culture wise with his ways.
Yeah, that's news to me, but it's big news because I know the type of culture that we're trying to build, and that's not where we want to go.
Yeah.
That's great insight. I really didn't hear that, but he doesn't, like I said, it didn't surprise me. He just strikes me as a type of player that has those sort of issues.
Yeah. And if you think about it, he moved around a whole lot in the last year or so. Nobody, got traded, and they traded right again. So he's like a hot potato that he's not sticking someplace. And you look at the talent. He started off the season slow, but he's come on really well. So, hey, Chap Low, how are you, man? You there, Chap?
What's poppin', sir? Hey, God bless everybody.
Yeah. So this is an honor for me to finally have you. So please, what was your thoughts about the game tonight? Your thoughts about anything in the Knick fandom? Can you talk, or you want to talk a little later?
I'll come back. Hector, good salute. God bless you. I see you. Hey, yo, the homie, he like Biggie. God bless. I love y'all. I'm in the kitchen. But listen, man. Great game, right? We pulled it out. We stayed at 500. Yeah,
A game above 500.
a game
Game
above
over.
500.
hmm
19 and
So,
18.
19 wins now. We had 21 wins last year. We already have 19 now.
Yep.
and look where we was at last year at this time. Yeah, so
hmm
We're about 26 games above where we were a year ago.
Pretty much. And I want to hear this, guys. The New York won 11 home games last year. We already have 11 home wins right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great
Hey,
stuff.
Steve.
I'm listening.
and Eric
I
Payton
hear
look.
I hear that
Listen,
crackle, and my
Alpha
mic
Payton
is
look good,
muted.
right? Alpha Payton
He
look
he
good.
looked great tonight. He
Coming
looked
back,
great.
coming back.
hmm
I didn't even think he was gonna play, right?
Yeah. Hey, Chap, can you go on mute for me for a second? We're hearing some background noise,
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
because I don't have no headphones. That's what I'm saying. I'll be right back.
All right, thank you. All right, fellas. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. So, Quiet Money, what was your thoughts? Good to see you as always, my
Ah,
friend.
great. That's one of the few times. Salute to the chat first of all. First and
Salute.
foremost, salute to you, Steve Fox. Salute to Uncle Freezy. Salute to the whole panel. But I was actually kind of good seeing Elfrid Payton back.
hmm
Anything over Frank. I'm sorry, Frank. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. He's a really blue collar guy. But we can't start him at point guard. That's just it's no flows the game. The game is about pace. Yeah. Nah, I don't like Frank. He's feeble. Feeble. He's a feeble player. Great, but he's a good. He's actually
He's a good off guard.
a contending
hmm
player in FIBA. And, he contends. When you got Rudy Gobert playing alongside him, the defense that works, but not for us. But it was a good game. It was Randle as usual doing his thing. So happy, proud of Randle because I was one of the minorities that felt like Randle was a good addition and that he could excel here. Last year was a disappointment, but he still had good numbers. He still put up 20 and 10. Had a lot of turnovers, but it was chaos last year. So I didn't blame him for too much, but I'm happy that he's excelling. I'm happy that he's embracing culture. I love it. I love me some Randle right now. I feel like he should get the ball. If we don't shoot the ball, it should always go through him first. He draws. You can't guard. He's at the point, Steven, when when a player is there is when you cannot really leave him single coverage anymore. Watch when they leave him single coverage, he is going. It's barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Every time you have to double
He's
that
gonna
guy.
bully you
But
if you can't handle. He's definitely gonna bully you.
I mean, but again, if he doesn't, he hits you with the jump shot. That baby jump shot. That short baby jump shot. Money. Every time he leaves his hands, that nigga's going in.
Yeah.
the last player that was like that for me on the Knicks, I think it was Prime Mello. And before that, hey, Allen Houston or Hubert Davis. So when they get to that level, he's cooking. He's good. It's
Yeah.
right. He's an all star, and um,
Quiet
I
money, is it? Quiet
this
money?
quiet money. This quiet money.
Yo, I just want to pose this question to you.
What's
What
up?
do you think about? Because I heard you talk about Franklin Lakina.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about playing? And I just heard Stephen Fox saying great off guard, right?
Uh-huh.
What do you think about Frank
Off guard. I
Ntilikina?
don't know if I used the word
Okay,
great.
yeah, I think, yeah. I think I heard wrong. What do you think about playing Ntilikina strictly at the three?
As long as he's off
And
ball,
let me before you answer that,
yeah,
and let me
no problem.
just 'cause I'm posing the question like this, but it's not strictly on this basis.
Yeah.
Is it because he's 6'4" that
I thought he's taller,
everybody
actually.
doesn't see him as a point? Well, I think he's listed officially at 6'4". He
Yeah.
can be around 6'5", right? But officially he's listed at
He's like
6'4".
six. He's 6'5", 6'6".
He's a tall boy. But
Yeah.
what do you think about him being placed at the three, and that the people don't like him being placed at the three because of his 6'4" height?
And you know what? I don't think it's because it's a 6'4" height. I think it's because he's not much of a slasher. So your small forward, they run the court. Spurs don't really run the court. I remember the other game he started for us. He was trying to run, but he can't really run and dribble. I noticed that. His handles are still not where they need to be as far as
Yeah,
the
he doesn't
NBA
have
game.
great handles.
Today,
So
he had, I believe it was three. I think he had a 3-point foul, right?
yeah, I guess
He had a
I saw
4-point play,
yeah, I saw it at the
and
end.
I believe that
Well, the
he
They
four
hit
took
like,
it back.
he took they overturned that call, so it was definitely a
okay,
three pointer. He just didn't get the foul shot.
okay, but he hit 3 straight threes. Am I
Yep,
correct?
No, I mean
correct.
that's no look. Frank's jump shot has definitely gotten better, but a small forward, a traditional one, or one that we need. Put it like this: one that we need to run the floor. He doesn't run the floor
Wouldn't you say that? I mean, I don't know who's the two or who's the three on this team.
because we don't have
They
one.
they
Hey, getting back to
they
your
they.
Eddie for a sec on your question, I think the big thing is Frank was a game time decision tonight because of a contusion he had on his quad.
Mhm.
Okay.
And if we look at his injury history, I'm just worried about him. With your scenario, bigger boys at the three spot. He'll be banging up against bigger boys, and he seems to be a fragile type of dude. I
Mhm.
don't know how long he can be guarding that and getting posted up and everything without us hearing he has a groin injury or an ankle injury or all the other types of
It seems to
maladies that he's
happen
had.
even if he's playing the two or he's playing the one.
I know. So you imagine going up against bigger dudes. I think I call wings like cornerbacks in the NFL. They're probably the most elite. The strongest, most fast. They're just unbelievable. So
Mhm.
that's a tough thing to go against, especially
I
from a
mean,
physicality standpoint.
defensively, I'm not worried about Frank. It would be offensively.
Well,
I
three's a
think
whole
what we
different
use on
animal for him
offense
to
is what,
guard.
what hurts us to
You
play
know what
Frank.
I'm thinking about? You know what I'm thinking about when I say this? You know how, like, and I'm not trying to compare, or I mean, I don't want anybody to debate me on this, but you know how like Charles Barkley was a 6'5" power forward or something like that.
Yep.
I think Ntilikina can do something like that in the vein of
Now,
he can be a shorter three and still
the
be
only
able to
thing,
defend those type of players. I actually was very impressed last year when he was faced against Aaron Gordon and he held his own for a couple.
but see, that goes back to my point, though, bro. I, defensively, he can guard a three. He has a very long wingspan, but offensively, you need your three to run the court. He don't run the court. Yeah, defensively, he can guard probably 1 to 4 in spurts. Like when you playing switch defense, when he's switching defense, Frank can guard a four for a few seconds. But it's offensively. That's always been a problem with Frank. This is offense.
So
He
does
don't run the
everybody
court.
on the panel agree that he's not going to be with us next year?
Yeah.
I don't agree.
I think it's a great question because going back to the draft, there's right now, like I said, we're picking 18th and 20th. There's not a player in the draft from 18 to 20 in the guard position that's better than
Wow.
Frank Ntilikina. So
Wow.
if and especially as Freezy says, a Bruce Bowen, a defensive specialist. Every time he plays, we realize he's not a point guard. He has point guard skills. In a
Yeah.
combo guard, you like that when you're playing certain offensive schemes. But we saw with Peyton tonight, he's not a classic point guard. He's not a guy that penetrates,
Nope.
and like that. So I think he's valuable if he's used in a certain way. But my brother Ron,
Man, man, man.
Man, man, man.
Ron. He says, the biggest, availability is,
Is
Your base
ability.
ability is your availability.
Thank you,
your best
appreciate
ability.
that.
Your best ability
And
is
and and that
availability. Yeah.
and that's been his Achilles heel his whole career, that he just keeps getting injured, that he can never get into a rhythm for a long period of time before something falls out on him. So, but I think he's valuable. I think he's
Yeah.
valuable in two ways. One, if he could ever get over that, and as a defensive specialist, and last, as a trade. That
I think we
he
signed him
does
on the
have
cheap.
value
See,
in this league, I think, for those abilities.
yeah. I
So
think we
with the
signed him
right,
on the cheap.
yeah,
I think we get him for cheap.
yeah.
I
Hey,
think
G
he's.
Money,
I think he could be retained.
I got a question for my G Money.
Yeah.
It's been really surprising with Mitch out, with Taj out, but
Hmm.
we won the battle of the points in the paint tonight, 66-38. We out rebounded the Pistons 47-29.
Hmm.
It's surprising, not that they have, they're known for having a five or something down there, but
Hmm.
we're holding on while our guys are out. What's your thoughts?
About Mitch being out. So
Or
far,
just that so far we're not really getting killed in any of the games since he's
it,
been out in points in the paint.
it's crazy. Like our guys are hustling on the boards. Our guys are looking at the ball. Guys are hustling for the ball rather than just standing around. I love how we're getting Notice the Well has given us extra opportunities on the board. Same thing with Julius Randle. This team's really showing some grit on the glass. I still think we're going to need Mitchell Robinson to come back if we want to make the playoffs because we're going to be
Absolutely.
playing some really good rebounding teams later in the season. But so far, this team is really putting putting more. So far, the players are crashing the glass harder and not just standing around looking at the ball. And they're being ready to give us extra opportunities so we can run our offense or lead us in transition. So that's my take.
Cool.
That's it.
Eric, what's your thoughts on how we've been holding up without Taj and obviously Mitch, the most important one, Mitch, and also Noel? If that guy only had hands, he'd be
Hmm.
to a whole
Sometimes
nother
his
level.
hands, he sometimes just loses the ball so easy.
I know. I call him mittens. It's like he has mittens
Or
on. He can't hold
Butterfinger,
on to
or
it.
or
Butterfinger.
Butter Noel, Butter Noel. Yeah.
I think we better
No,
trademark
listen,
that.
I think the Knicks have played extremely well, compared to what it looked like before the season started, or what it was supposed to look like. Um, I love what the potential is of this team, and I just want to see what I see now: grit, try to win games, play hard. Sometimes the results not always going to be what you want as a fan, and even as a player and a coach, coaching staff, and an organization. But if you have guys who play for each other and with each other and try to win games, that's what we can ask for as fans. When we watch a game every night, for the most part this season, we feel like every game we watch, we have a chance to win. And the games we don't win, we say, you know what, we've gotten better today. And that's what I saw the first half. And then now it's either make a move or run with this squad and see what you can do with them. Um, but I like what I see. I'm hoping for some 500 ball the rest of the way. And if you get 500 ball, I think we finish in the top 5, 6 seed in the East, and that could really allow us to be in. If we get the 4th seed, if we stay where we're at right now, staying pat, if we get the 4th seed, and we host the playoff series, man.
Hmm.
I feel good about my squad.
And fans be so cuckoo crazy going to MSG, man, because the last time the Knicks were in the playoffs, we hosted a playoff series. So it'll be crazy. The city is back. The team is back. They're showing a lot of passion, grit, heart, and they're not scared to fail. That's another thing too. The Knicks are not scared to fail, and that's what I want to see. I think we will make the playoffs as a 7th seed. What do you guys think?
You beat me to it. I was going to ask you, go around the thing. What's your guts telling you? As G Money so eloquently said, we have a real brutal second half schedule.
Hmm.
We're looking for D Rose, and his how fresh is he going to be down the stretch,
Hmm.
and Mitch coming back. What? So I'll go around, Eddie. So I'll stick with you. Start with you.
Man,
What?
so brutal schedule is all about perception. I think you guys are nervous that this team can't sustain, but I don't know what y'all nervousness and trepidation comes from. I mean, I know we have a flawed roster and we have injuries, but so do other teams. Like the Lakers are on our legit on our schedule, and they lost to the Kings last night. So we keep saying like brutal schedule and all this stuff. It makes me think y'all are scared that this team can't sustain. Is that what it is? Is y'all have a fear that this team is a flash in the pan? Is that what's going on?
I don't think it's fair.
I
I
don't
think
think it's
it's
that.
yeah.
I think it's
No,
Chuck.
no, it's not fear. It's not fear to me. Like y'all scared.
I think it's more Chuck always saying that we're gonna lose every damn game. That got everybody thinking
Mm.
about that stuff. But
Right.
I
I mean, you
actually
at some point you can't use data. You can't use data to support some points and then not use data to support other points because it seems like we've been hypocritical. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
Like you can't like stat me to death, but then when it comes to the Knicks beating the Bucks by 20, you don't use that in your equation of looking at this at looking at the schedule.
And there
I
are
mean,
other
it
attributes that
sounds
come into it.
hypocritical to me. It sounds like there's a fear factor going on. But I mean, if that's your take on it, I mean that's fine. But what I'm asking is this question: why are we so afraid that we can't sustain this thing that we did in the first half, in the second half of the season against the same opponents that we played in the first half?
Me personally, I don't think so. Like I go on a game to game basis because there's a lot of things that happen before a game starts.
Mhm.
Injuries can go both ways, towards the Knicks or towards the other team. So I've never gotten into that talk about we're gonna have a bad season. Hey, maybe on paper it looks like we're playing tougher teams, this and that. But on a game to game basis, I just gotta wait and see. Again, I work in a business where we have lines, and no matter what the team is or how many wins the team has, there's always a line that shows basically who's going to be able to win by how many points. And I could tell you 2 days ago when we played Detroit Pistons, the Pistons, I believe we were a 1 point favorite against the Pistons in Detroit, and we blew them out. So basically, the Lions guys were thinking that we weren't going to have an easy game, and we ended up blowing them out. Tonight's game was a little bit different. We were a 7.5 point favorite, and we beat them by like about 10, 11 points. So everything is on a game to game basis. Back to backs come into play. When you're
Mhm.
playing a team, when you're playing a certain team, let's say we were playing the Lakers and they're coming off a back to back, they're playing in the Garden. Maybe the Lakers are a 3 point favorite. Maybe we can win that game, like what you just said. So I never went into that. I never go into that talk of we're gonna have a bad second half. I hope we don't. But let's just see how it goes. Like I really don't know what to think about that.
Some of the stats that may have hurt some people betting the other day in the Spurs game
Mm-hmm.
was that the Spurs were 0-4 in the second game of back to backs. They're
Mhm.
not 0-4 anymore.
They were still a 4.5 point favorite for that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were still a
So
4.5 point favorite for that game.
they
and with
covered.
D Rose out, Peyton out, and a
Way
great
covered.
and obviously having Pops saying knowing those guys are out and attacking our weaknesses. That's why it's smart money. Those guys are in the business to make money, not lose money.
Hmm.
So, Eric,
What's up?
just what's on top of the mind, man. I like I said, I always like freestyling. What you thinking. Quickly didn't have the biggest game tonight. He had no points. He
No,
shot 0
I
for
could
4.
say, man, quickly had a bad
Zero.
26 the other night against San Antonio, and then he had a bad 0 tonight against Detroit. So I mean, I look at it this way. I think he got snubbed. First of all, he should have been in the Rising Stars Challenge. But that doesn't even matter. Um, I
Maybe they'll
like the
give him a chip on
mentality.
his shoulder like RJ had for not making the rookies last year.
Listen, I'll tell you this. I think this team is all right. I think this team will continue to overachieve. I think this team will continue, and at this point now, it's not even overachieving. Teams already know that this team is going to come to play, ready.
Defense.
So now the second half is no longer a surprise. You really have to. This team has to bring their game because teams are going to be prepared for the Knicks, for the defense, for Julius Randle, and I want to see what Julius Randle how he adapts. You know, I read his Players Tribune today, and it was heartfelt, man. I loved it. It made me want to run through a wall for him.
Me too.
And what that's going to do for him in the coming months when things, because they're gonna go through a tough stretch here. But what it's going to do for him with the fan base in the coming months is going to allow him to be able to defer, to be able to make his teammates better, and not feel like he has to do everything on his own. That's when we're going to see what the other guys are about. With a move or without a move, this team is a 6 seed, no less than that.
Well, I'm going to kick it to Rob in a second, but right now we're in 5th place at 19 and 18. The Heat are behind us at 18 and 18. Hornets 17 and 18. Raptors 17 and 19. Bulls 16 and 18. Pacers 16 and 19. Hawks 16 and 20. So we have a lot of teams with real good rosters that are going to be gunning for us in the second half to try to make up that difference. And
real quick, Steve.
Yep.
I agree with that. That there's some teams there. There's a little logjam here.
It's a game and a half to 2 games, basically from 5 to 10.
Right, but I don't think that there's out of all of those teams. I don't think there's 3 or 4 teams better than the Knicks. Maybe 2.
Well, you got, like I just said, you got the Heat. You know, they were in the championship last year. You have the Raptors that have been playing well. You have the Pacers. Hawks, you know, with McMillan there now. Hawks, Bogdanovich is back. They have a pretty darn good roster.
And we beat them twice. I mean, the Hawks have great players. There's another thing. Like, we beat them twice.
I know, but with McMillan there and everything, maybe he's going to
I know.
get them
I totally
playing
get it.
together. So, hey, let me kick it to my brother, Rob. Rob,
Yeah,
what was your thoughts
then too, the Raptors just lost to a team that we blew out twice.
They lost to Boston 3 times, actually, this year.
And the Raptors just lost to the Pistons the other night. All right.
Well, Toronto's not starting to go downhill, so yeah.
Hey, Freezy, the weird part about the Pistons are misleading because all their wins have come against really good teams.
Yeah, they beat the Lakers, Suns, Celtics twice. Raptors.
So my point, right.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, G Money. Let me get some time. I just want to.
Sorry.
Give you plenty time to. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that we can't look at this schedule and then say now when those same teams on the schedule lost to teams that we have beat the brakes off of. So before we even get to the matchup, before we get on the court with them, let's not say that the schedule is so tough that we just pack in our season and not play. I mean, it sounds crazy to me that hundreds of Knicks fans that come across on a daily basis have this weird feeling that the schedule is so tough that they're ready to pack it in. I mean, to me, it's like the quitter mentality that we developed because we're losing and take for so many years.
I was going to say it's
the reason why I always say stuff like. You're right. It's the reason why I always say stuff like high leverage games and one game at a time and things like that, because I think Knicks fans are in this mindset that whatever is the worst case scenario is going to come to fruition. And before we even get to the moment of truth, I say let's get to the moment of truth and have it play out. I mean, we have faith in our coach and we have faith in the organization. We have an all-star. We have 2 rising stars on our. You know what I'm saying? Before we say these guys, none of these guys are good enough, let's get to the moment of truth and see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I agree. Hey, Rob, you want to take it?
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to chime off what Freezy said. He's 100% right. That's exactly what they said in the beginning of the season. The Knicks got the hardest schedule. They gonna do this. They gonna do that. All of this is gonna happen, and we right where we at. So we can't pay attention to what national media think about us. We're watching. They observing. It's a difference. They come by. They peek every now and then. We watch every game, so we know what we're about, and we can beat any team on any given day. So with that mindset, I don't care what they say about the schedule because that's how they made the schedule from the beginning. Didn't we all hear that in the beginning, fellas?
Yep.
Sure.
First game, we have Milwaukee. Oh, the Knicks going to be on the road. They're going to start off 2-11. No, we silenced the critics, all of them. So we're going to take the good with the bad, like I always say. We're going to beat some of the teams we're not supposed to beat, and we're going to lose to some of the teams we're supposed to beat. But at the end of the day, we're going to be standing strong.
I thought about you the other day because I wrote down, where's this? Yeah, I thought about you, Rob, because you've said that from the beginning, and this is again the culture change with Tibbs. The Knicks are now 10-4. Actually, I think they're 11-4 now versus teams not in the top 10 of their conference. So this year versus previous years, we're winning games that we're supposed to win, rather
That's right.
than which is a great thing. Hey, a quick shout out to Jay Boogie, one of our favorites. He says if you all want to make a move to put Frank in there, play him at the 2 and slide RJ over to 3. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right now we're trying to keep people fresh.
That's a good point.
I have no issue with that, Jay Boogie. Also, I don't know if there's any relation, but a shout out to BJ Boogie in the chat. Hope all is well. BJ Boogie, Rascal
No
109, James Mills, Julian Blum. As always, Julian, hope all is well with you and your family. Thanks for all your support. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. David Parker, back at you, man. So, Rob, anything else on your mind
Well,
today?
we're gonna enjoy this all-star break. And I'm not really tripping on quickly not making the team because they're not even playing the game.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
that's why they did it. Because they can hide behind not playing the game. The game is not going to even be played. They didn't want to look bad because he was the 25th pick in the draft, so they had to clean it up a little bit. That's all. That's window dressing. Because guaranteed, if they played the game, he would have played. They would have been forced because you would have heard from everybody then. Right now, they can hide it. They can put the team out there, and everybody can go hide in the back. And then it is what it is because they're not playing the game. So, we let them get away with that crap. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even paying attention to that. That's for them. That's for them bums. You know what I'm saying? Really, we ain't gonna even give that.
Yo, real quick, Rob, it's good to see you, brother. It's been
Good
a
to
little
see
bit,
you too.
so I'm happy I'm on with you, but not for long. Cause listen, I gotta be up in like 3 hours. I gotta be at the hospital early.
I'm glad I'm not in the operating room with you.
Listen, no complaints from my
Scalpel.
Nah,
Oh.
listen, I just wanna tell everybody, man, love, peace, prosperity. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna be in the chat. I'm gonna be watching before I fall asleep. But all love, man. I appreciate y'all every day, man.
You're my
Y'all
guy,
know I
man.
salute.
What's up, bro?
My guy. So you take care of yourself. Be safe out there. And again, thanks what you do for the community. We
Man,
really
thank you guys.
respect it.
Everybody has a part in helping your neighbor, helping your friend. We can all do something to be better. So all love.
Okay, take care.
Peace, bro.
On Freezy's show this morning, and everyone, please check out Next Morning Drive if you don't. It's a fantastic show with Freezy and Ghetto Intellect and Chap Low and Free Keith, and you never know who's going to stop by. Our guy Ron Cleveland stopped by, so you never know. All you do know is going to be entertaining, fun, and thought-provoking. So I forgot what I was gonna say. Actually, someone in the chat said something that caught my eye. Jay Boogie, I got us going 10-9 the rest of the way at worst, so put us in 2 games over fun by the. I hope so, man. I hope so. Sometimes you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be
Mm-hmm.
good,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we won't have any injuries. Hopefully we won't have any COVID protocol where a Randle or an RJ has to sit out our top guys for a few games, because this is going to come down to a few games, folks, whether we
I
make it
think
or
it
not.
will. I
So
think it will come down to the last few games of the season. I think it will, though.
yeah. So Eddie, in that great brain of yours, do you have any trades that have been bouncing around in there?
I mean, I had that Ubre. I
Yep.
think I had a three-way trade where I had the Knicks getting Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
I had Ubre going to Cleveland, and some of the and some of who was it? It was, I believe, Nerlens Noel to Golden State. It was Nerlens Noel to Golden State, Austin Rivers, and I don't remember who else it was. But I did make a three-way trade with the Knicks, Cleveland, and Golden State, where we landed Andre Drummond, and I think we had to give up one of our second-round picks. But we didn't have to give up a player like Knox, and we didn't have to give up a player like Ntilikina, and
Yeah.
I was able to get it done through the machine. It was just because I was on another podcast and they were talking about those two players. Again, I'm not. I mean, I trust the organization enough to where if we get any player, even ones that we don't mention, I believe there's a reason why we get those players. But since they were specifically talking about these two players and they were specifically saying that there were quotes and there were tweets and then there was just like, reading tea leaves that the Knicks were front runners for Andre Drummond and that we were going to be able, probably, if not Andre Drummond, we were able to get Victor Oladipo, and both being cheap gets, right? So, I just ended up doing
What's the
these
cheap get? What you call the cheap get?
something that we didn't have to give up a first round pick basically, and one of our rotation players.
Too much.
Exactly.
I mean,
So something like along those lines. So I just just started.
Drummond couldn't help us. Drummond couldn't help us anyway. Drummond is like a late
Again,
2000, early 90s player right now. He can't do.
I was just
Yeah.
saying that the other gentleman was speaking about those two players. I was more looking at Kelly Oubre, but earlier in the podcast, Stephen Fox gave me some info that kind of like basically swayed me away from that.
what was
But
that?
I was more looking at a three and D guy, because even though we don't have there was one point that was made that we don't have a big body to bang with Joel Embiid to get to
Exactly.
the playoffs, and that's where Andre Drummond came in. So I just started thinking about, just started kicking the tires, and started seeing what we can do to get that type of player without giving up an asset, a big asset, and led me to that trade machine. But
I would try to
I
get.
really don't know what we can do that can better our team without giving up an asset. I mean, I'm right now I'm at a loss.
I'm
No,
looking at.
and rightly so. 5 is a real thing. If there's
Hey,
nobody in the
look,
draft.
Hey,
you can pretty much get Cousins and let him practice. Don't play him until you get in a situation that you need him against Embiid, and it won't cost you anything.
you think Boogie be okay with that though?
I don't think we're looking that way, because if not, we
Well,
would have probably
Boogie gotta
had him
get in
already.
shape. Boogie first got to get in shape. That's his problem. He's not in shape.
True.
He going to play though.
I don't, what he wants and what he is, his body won't allow him to play because he's playing overweight. And if he plays, he's gonna get hurt again.
I thought he
Yeah,
That's
was.
why
so
they
it's
was.
basically a
That's why
moot
they was
point.
bringing him back slow. He got to recognize his role.
It's a
That's
mute
why
point
nobody
bringing
picked
him
him
up.
up yet.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it's a
nobody
mute
picked
point
him.
bringing him up because if he's not able to play, then what's the reason for just?
That's what
I
I'm saying.
mean,
Get him in
he's
practice. You
just a
get him
name
in
right now.
shape.
He's just a name.
I think more about getting them in shape, and then you use them as a situational player. You pay him the salary for the rest of the year. It doesn't cost you a first or a second round pick because he cleared waivers. So if he want to stay in the league, he don't really have too many options because nobody is breaking down the door going to get him. And then being that he's got the Kentucky background, I think he'll trust Kenny Payne in them and his best to have his best interests at heart. And we can take advantage of that.
Most likely, Cousins is going to be a player that's going to wait until later on in the season and go into a title contending team
Try
where
to get a chip.
he might
Mhm.
win something instead of going to a hopefully a seventh seed Knicks team.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
don't have that much time.
I'm
So
thinking that he want the bag. He want a chance at getting
well,
the
he ain't gonna
bag,
get
so
the
he want
bag
playing time.
anymore. But what Eddie just said, I think he may be able to get a chip because he'll fill a role on a team that'll be there. That they just need one last piece.
But
Because I
don't he
think,
got a chip already? He got two, right?
No, Boogie
but I
doesn't
don't think.
have any rings. No,
I
I
thought
He
he
didn't
got
get
think
one
one?
with
Oh wow.
the Lakers.
he
The
did
Lakers
I
not.
thought
gave
he
him
got
one.
one too.
Oh, he did. Did he kind
But
of get a
even if
ring?
he did, I think he was.
And then what
It
about
did,
with
I don't think it was fulfilling because I don't think he felt like he earned it. He may have been on the roster early in the year, but I think by the time it came, I think he was injured.
how about with Golden State? Didn't he get on the
No,
bench with
Warriors
that when he
lost.
got hurt?
No, Warriors lost. No, Warriors lost. They didn't win. He
Oh
didn't get
yeah,
a
yeah,
ring
yeah,
there.
that's right. But yeah, I thought okay, so it had to be the Lakers. I think the Lakers gave him one anyway.
Yeah. Hey, G
Hey
Money,
They might
Foxy.
have.
yeah, I'm listening. Freeze.
Oh, that's me. It's me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What info did you have on Kelly Oubre? Because I heard what's his name mention Kelly Oubre. You said
It
you
just that
said
I
that you,
heard, I read a couple things some places that he wasn't really, he's not fitting in really in the locker room at Golden State,
oh yeah. He
and
seems a
that
little volatile. Well,
yeah,
that does seem
so
like his
yeah.
persona.
And if you
Yeah, I can
looked
agree
at
with
how
that.
many teams he's bounced around with so
Yeah,
far, where they
yeah,
used him as a trade asset, but they didn't look at him as a long-term prospect for their foundation, that says
yeah.
a lot. Everybody
It
Steven, let
wants.
me
does.
ask you this before you go on to the next
Yeah,
person
sure.
on the panel. With all that being said, with his and what we were saying about the culture change with the Knicks, would you bypass that to,
It's a great
for
question.
getting? Would you bypass that being the Knicks, being where the Knicks are at on how bad they need a three guy,
And that there's
No.
nobody really, if we're going to be
and there's
picking in the
nobody out
draft,
there.
that's going to be anything like him.
Nobody in the
My
draft. There's really
nobody.
nobody out there right
I
now because
Yeah,
nobody's giving away these players.
I agree.
These
My only
would you
concern, and
bypass
I
that?
wanted to kick it back to you guys, if we got Oubre, that means we have three lefties.
Yeah.
I
RJ,
don't know how good that
Randall, and
is.
Hey,
Oubre.
look, let me ask you a question.
I don't mind
Everybody's
that.
gonna
What's
be
the
on the
problem
left
with
side
that?
of the. Everyone's gonna be the left side of the court. What do you
Hey,
guys
The
no,
think of
yeah,
that?
lefty
no,
Knicks.
hey, no, I totally disagree
No,
because
I don't
if
mind
you
throwing
that.
it
can
out there. It
play,
was a statement.
if you can play
A question, not a
basketball
statement.
with five right-handed players, five right-handed players, you can play, and nobody never says nothing.
it's
So
it's
you can
different.
play
It's
basketball
different.
with
And
three
Randall seems
left-handers.
to always like the right side of the court anyway.
He
I know,
does
but it
that
doesn't
going
get
across the paint
congested.
and that shot.
It
Yeah,
doesn't get congested when you got five right-handers. So
yeah.
it's not going to get congested if you got to just know how to move up amongst the floor.
Yeah, I like
I, I
lefties
got
on my team.
I got a question for you though. I got a question. How many lefties you know of that's efficient going right?
That's a great question because we know RJ isn't
Well,
like Eddie,
James
well,
like
James
Eddie just
Harden
said.
RJ,
is not
okay,
efficient going right.
Randall
call
can do it.
okay, call out some left-handed players.
James Harden can't do it.
Oh, yes, and James Harden can go either way.
No,
James
he
Harden's
cannot.
Oh,
No,
spectacular.
he
yes, he
cannot.
can.
No, he
James
cannot.
Harden
He
he can go
fakes to
down the
go the
left
other
side.
way.
He might switch to the he might
He
go to
does
the
not
right.
go.
He might go to the left hand once he gets
I
there.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. As good as James Harden is, right? As talented and as skilled as he is, why does he struggle so much when it comes to playoff time?
There's a
Oh,
lot of
look,
guys who struggle in the
I tell
playoffs.
you
No,
just
no,
like
not
this.
like him.
Thanks, G Money.
Not like James
Hey,
Harden.
There's a lot.
if
That's a lie. That's a lie.
hey,
Paul
look,
George,
scoring.
Damian Lillard. There's a guys who struggle in the playoffs, man.
Not like James
Hey,
Harden.
look, I
Does
know
what are you talking about?
James Harden is averaging 29 points in the playoffs, and
No,
people
he
say he's
always do in the
struggling.
regular season. He always does that.
Oh
He
yeah,
always
but
does that.
he averaged 29 in the playoffs, and people say he's struggling.
But you know
Well,
something,
that's
Pete,
fellas,
exactly.
Harden's just
fellas,
That's
inconsistent
not
in the
struggling.
playoffs.
James
He's
Harden has a look
inconsistent
in
in the
his eyes
playoffs, I should
this
say
year
that.
that I think he's different this year. He's reached
He
I
should
think
be.
an inflection
Steven?
point in his career. You see the way he's playing with the Nets. I think he's playing the best basketball of his career.
Hey, Foxy, he playing with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant now.
Well,
But
I think
Freezy,
that's
there's
a
a
different
lot
look
of
to see
guys.
in his eye.
Not to
He's
interrupt you,
always come up short.
there's a
James
lot of
Harden
guys who
always
come up
comes up
short.
short.
There's a
No,
lot of
not
guys.
like him.
Paul George, Dame, CJ, Lou Will, Giannis, Middleton, Blessed. There's a lot of guys who come up short in the playoffs. Tatum, Brown, a lot of guys come up short in the playoffs. It's
Question:
true.
Did James Harden ever win MVP?
He did,
he
2018.
did. He
He
did.
did. Now, what MVP? Struggles like that come playoffs because it's a consistent thing. What
Iron Man,
MVP?
Giannis,
Giannis.
Milwaukee,
Okay, because
Uh-huh.
two-time
Giannis,
MVP.
Giannis is not a good playoff. Giannis is a
That's
beast, but
different.
he's not a good playoff performer.
And ISO
Yeah.
Sets in playoffs never win
Why
championships.
I'm
is
Giannis
talking
can't
Toronto
get out the
Miami
James
second
Harden.
champions?
round. He won 2 MVPs.
Who
True,
that?
yeah.
Who's that? Giannis.
Giannis
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
No,
He
but
won 2.
Giannis can't
And a
shoot.
defensive
Okay.
player of the
Defensive player of
award.
the year.
Giannis is not skilled.
Say that
He's
What
again.
you
talented.
just said?
He's
But you
gifted.
just said I gave you a 2-time MVP winner.
No, I'm all right.
Who struggles in the postseason?
I was speaking of a lefty. First of all, Giannis not a lefty.
Okay, so it's not
Oh.
that many lefties that you can really just go to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So,
But have you ever seen 3 lefties on court at the same time and be productive? I don't know. I'm not sure if I've ever seen it.
well, but my thing is this here.
If
I
you
don't
have
see
all
a reason
righties-
why they won't be.
Yeah, I thought, but it's a point. Like we said, sometimes if lefties only are ball dominant to their left side, you could have a congested court if you have 3
Yeah.
lefties.
That's ball dominant because you got a lot of right-handed players that only can go right.
No,
Look how we shut.
that's-
Look how we
It
shut.
was a question.
look
It
how-
wasn't a
look-
statement
hey,
by
look,
me.
You remember when Miami shut down Jeremy Lin
Yeah,
because they played him to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he couldn't go
So you
left.
can do that. Goes each way. But you're a little bit more deceptive as a left-hander because you think right as a right-hander. So I can get. That's how James Harden get by a lot of people because their mindset is right-handed.
James Harden get by because his IQ is through the ceiling. He outsmarts his opponent every time.
Yeah, but
dribbling back and forth between his legs. It's only to go back to his left hand.
Hey, I saw
But
another
look,
lefty I wanted.
It's not a whole bunch of right-handed people shooting left-handed.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I saw on Seton Hall they have a guy, a 6'11" guy whose nickname is Mamu. It's Sandro Mama, something like that. But everybody calls him Mamu. He's 6'11", puts the ball on the floor. He actually reminds me of Ben Simmons with his handle at that. He's going to be a defensive liability, but he really reminds me of Joe Ingles with his jump shot. He could hit. He could, so he could be a stretch. I see him as a second round pick. But we have all these second-round picks, so if Mamu came to the Knicks in this draft, it's one of the few players in the draft that I think that he could, Tibbs said early on that we need, a 5 that can hit threes, that can open it up, space the floor differently, have a guy have to come out, and that'll really open up everything for Randle. So it's something to think about. But, going back, I'll kick it back to you, G Money. What's your thoughts on Drummond? Obviously 15-15, and he's a great rebounder both offensively and defensively. But like Rob said, some of his skill set may be more like in the 80s 90s type of 5 than now, but still there's really, if you look around, there's not a lot of 5s for us to be selective out there, and especially in the draft. You have Evan Mobley, who's a real skinny kid, so it'd be the same thing as Mitch, but after that, all the other centers are not in any class like that, and they may have an offensive game, but they're slow as molasses. If you think you have issues with Drummond's defense, people don't think you're going to get anybody in this draft that's going to be better than him. So, G Money, what do you
Mhm.
think a Drummond or a Boogie Cousins coming here?
I don't want Boogie to this point. I like DeMarcus Cousins, but he's injury prone. He has an attitude. He's not a great defender. He looks out of shape to me. Drummond, he'll be a decent move because he can help us crash the glass. He's an all right rim protector. So I think and he can bring us some energy. So I think Drummond will be a decent move. But Boogie, no disrespect to DeMarcus Cousins, but his rebound, he's not the same rebound as he was in Sacramento and even New Orleans pre Achilles. Also, he's never been a great defender, especially when it comes to pick and roll. And he's not a rim protector. Oh, yeah, he can shoot the three, but he can shoot, but his jump shot comes and goes, especially since his Achilles got burned out. So I would not get Boogie. And like I said, he has more of an attitude now. In Sacramento, he had a temper. Now he just has more of an attitude. So I don't want that. So so I wouldn't mind getting Drummond. I think Drummond would help us with the energy. And don't forget, he was a former All Star
And don't
with
forget, he's a hometown boy too. I think Mount Vernon.
yes, sir.
Tri-state area.
And don't
Yeah.
forget too, Andre Drummond was a former All Star with Detroit. So yeah, so I think that getting Andre Drummond will help us with the rebounding, help us with the pick and roll. He brings us energy. I like Boogie, but I don't think he would fit on this team.
I got a
Cool.
question for you.
Shoot.
I hear a lot of the Oladipo talk. Where would he play?
Two.
Oladipo probably like the two guard.
And move RJ
Taking
to three.
whose minutes?
Probably be at Bullock's expense, Burke's expense, and move RJ there. So I think that's the way
So
it'll
you,
work.
hey Steve, you think Oladipo could knock down the set shot the way Bullock does?
Oladipo is a Oladipo is a serious ball player.
I
He's
don't
in a
think
whole
he's.
nother league than
I don't think he has a
Bullock
good
ever
jump
was
shot.
or Burks. Well, he's a high usage guy, meaning he's scoring 20 points approximately, but I think he's putting up 20 shots a game. You know,
Where's he going to do that at? So okay,
no, I
with that being
agree.
said, what is
I
he going to
agree.
do with when he comes play starts to play with Randle when he can't take 20 shots a game anymore to get his 20
Yeah,
points?
yeah. Let the Fox look it up for you. So far this season, let me look at it this way. He's averaging He's averaging 20 points this season, 5 rebounds, almost 5 assists. He's shooting 39, basically 40% from the field, so that's about 10% down from the gold standard of 50% for twos, 33% from three, 75% from the line, and but he's shooting field goal attempts. Here he's going. He's putting up 19 shots a game.
Oh, that's not good.
So that's
That's
going
not
to,
good.
from a chemistry perspective, between RJ needing his shots, Randall needing his shots.
No
But
way.
but at the same time, if you look at it, Bullock had 13 shots tonight, and Burks had 9, so that's 22 shots. So if we take those guys out of the equation and pop him in there, you know, hey, he was an elite player. That's the worst part about it. A few years ago, he
Was
was, and also all defensive team. People forget that too.
yeah, past
But
tense though.
I know,
I
and with
saw
the
RJ
injuries he
cook
had,
him, Steven.
I know. The injuries he's had is take away his explosion, which was so much of his thing. But still, with all of that, he's still averaging 20 points a game in this
The
league, and
volume.
that's it's volume. But still, people with volume still don't score 20 points, have 5 rebounds, and also have 5 assists a game. He's doing 25 and 5, and
How
so
many minutes he
I'm
playing
not
game?
I would never vote for Oladipo. Like I said, I'm old
Yeah,
school.
that's I would never do
Catastrophic
it.
leg injuries don't want to have anything to do with them. So
Me neither.
let's look at
I'm hoping they sail away from that. I'm hoping I
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
hearing the
they don't
Oladipo
need to
thing.
go there because, like you say, he's an injury guy, and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and he had like 2 good seasons and always on the cusp of being something, but then
Mm-hmm.
something happens, and then he's out
Yes.
the picture again, and then he's like, nah, I used to like him, but Nah, I don't like him for the Knicks because if you're not going to play Knox and you're going to play a young player, you got to let that young player play. And if that young player is going to be RJ, you got to keep him on the floor. You can't mess that up with something else because you're already not playing Knox. And you don't want him to come in and Knox in. No, you don't want that. That player got to develop right there. If you're going to keep him, you're going to develop him right there. And then anything else, you can move or you do moving pieces. You don't want to mess with RJ at all.
Hey, Rob, I went up you on that one. I went straight up RJ for Oladipo.
Oh, no way.
No way. No.
Straight up.
No, Knicks won't do that. The Knicks won't do that.
Yeah,
they won't do that. With Oladipo 30, he's 30 now. What, 28, 29?
I'll tell you in a sec. He is. I had it right here. He is. He is 28. He'll be 28.
Oh no,
he's in his prime. He is kind of in his prime.
Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah, injured prime.
29 in about a month and a half. He's 29 going on 49 with those injuries.
So 29. Okay.
Yeah, man. Nah, we can't. No way.
If you talk about the old Oladipo in Indiana pre-injury, hell yes.
There's some MJ in his hops and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, look,
violence in his.
Hey, yeah, but it seemed like those days he got hurt there. It's been downhill ever since. This is what his fourth. What Houston is his what 14?
Well, he's with Orlando, Oklahoma City, Indiana, Houston. Yeah, 14.
14.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, let me just do a quick shout out. Annuity 25. Hope all is well. Annuity. All-Star Sports 23, same. Salute to you. Salute. Man-child. Oladipo tore his thigh muscle, not worth it yet. His explosion's not there. Is it just me? Hope all is well. I've seen you in the different chats. Love your takes. Mike D. Hope all is well, Mike. Thanks for all your support. Craig Mack. As always, PBD. As I said, Ghetto Intellect. Hey, see you there. A GI, man. I love my GI, man. I call him GI, and a lot of people call him GQ because he's always styling. But one thing is always wisdom. So let's see. Boost Mobile, we need downhill player that is draw foul, disrupt the defense that will open the floor. Yep. Hey, you heard me say it the other day. After one of our broadcasts a few days ago, it takes me a little time to chill out after being amped up talking to my brothers and my sisters. It's just me. That I watched the Utah New Orleans game. And there's always, as we know, games within games. Mm-hmm. And Donovan Mitchell and Lonzo met eye to eye. And Lonzo's like, bring it on. And Donovan Mitchell said, cool. And he made it juked and Mitchell doing his stuff. And Lonzo swatted his shot away and looked at him. And I was like, yo, that was impressive.
He's a really good defender.
Lonzo's a good defender. And Lonzo's 3-point shots have actually been falling. He's shooting 40% from downtown.
No, G Money. That's why, somebody said to me last year, and me, we're brothers in analytics. And I went, statistically, it's weird that Elfrid Payton and Lonzo Ball, career-wise, prior to this year starting, had almost identical career stats: 11 points per game, 6.6 assists per game, 1.5 steals. Payton's a better foul shooter, and like you just said, Lonzo's a better 3-point shooter. But but just saying, they basically have the same statistics, and I know pace-wise, Lonzo probably be better paced than. But you're like, do we want to expend all of these things? After watching him the other day, I'm like, I don't know if New Orleans would let him go. But
hey, look at here. I don't want no 48% free throw shoot at my point guard. I'm sorry.
That is true. You have a point.
You can't have that. That's one position. You got to be able to hit your free throws.
But from a development standpoint, do you think that's something, that's not. He's hitting 70, almost 78% this season.
I mean, shooting a bit better this year.
From the free throw line?
From the foul line.
From the free throw line. Oh, that's good.
Yes. So
he having a good season. Okay, well,
yeah, he started.
He's gonna have to keep that up.
Yeah, so
I like
Lonzo
Lonzo.
won me over, man. That if we got him and had to pay a little tax, then we can maybe cross
I
off
don't.
that
I
need for a
honestly
point
don't
guard.
see him doing anything really besides the three that Peyton ain't already doing. Peyton get to the basket better. He might,
True.
like you say, he shoot
Rob,
the
that's why I
three.
love you, man. If you look at his shot frequency,
Oh,
almost all of his shots are from three.
Pretty
So
much, he never takes mid-range shots.
Yeah, and you
yeah,
Lonzo.
know
it's
we.
a totally different
Hey,
dynamic than a
look.
Peyton getting to the rim.
Hey, look. We got Frank to pass the ball up ahead and shoot the three. We don't need him.
Exactly. Well, you have a good point because Frank.
Here's
What we
Chuck
need,
when you need him, saying,
what Frank
his face.
does is hit. What Frank does is hit threes and defend. That's all he does, and get steals.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
his shot has come a long way. You got to give the guy props.
He 13
What he
for
shoot
21
from?
this
How
season
many
from
have he
downtown.
shot?
Payne
How many
shot
free throws? I mean, how many threes he shot this
It's not the
season?
point. I agree.
Frank
It's
21
not a
threes.
lot
He's
because
drilled
he hasn't
13
played a
of them.
lot, but he's still.
No, I ain't talking about Frank. I'm talking about Alonzo.
Oh, Lonzo, no, he's
He
taking
shot
A
a
lot
lot.
of
a
threes.
He
shitload.
shot a lot of threes.
A lot of threes.
This year, let me go to my totals. This year, he has shot 245 threes so far this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
he's
he putting them
basically
up.
he's almost at 40%, 0.396. So
That's good.
97 out of 245 from three this year.
Okay.
And like I said, 31 out of 40, he's gone to the line 40 times, and he's shooting around 78%. And when I saw that defense on a premier, especially an ISO type of guy like Donovan Mitchell, and the look in his eyes, like I'll do it again, bring it on. I was like, and he just looks like he's also in impeccable condition.
Mm-hmm.
He's ripped, man.
Oh, yeah,
But
he works
watching
out
his
hard.
brother and then watching him, that's why I'm probably down
Look
on him
at
because his
the
brother is
Hornets.
so
The
much
Hornets are a
better.
playoff team.
His
Do
brother's
people forget
special.
Charlotte's
That
a 6
division.
seed?
Yeah. They
Say
was
that
giving
again,
all
G.
Charlotte's is 16. No one's talking about how surprising the Hornets have been this year.
Yeah,
That's true.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Gordon
Fox-
Hayward's had a. Go ahead.
I want some. I'm sorry, Fox. I'll tell you one difference between Peyton and Lonzo. I mean
Lonzo.
Alonzo Ball. The difference is if Alonzo Ball gets a beeline to the basket, he's not gonna miss. He's gonna flush it every time. He has sneaky athleticism.
He is athletic. He can fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
And
not
he's
gonna blow
long.
them bunnies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, were you going to say something, G?
Oh yeah, I was going to say that the Hornets have been also a surprise team, and no one's talking about them a little bit. Gordon Hayward's had a phenomenal year. Terry Rozier's had a great year. Hell, PJ Washington's had a great year. Malik Monk has stepped up. This
Oh my
Hornets
God.
team's been surprising. Yeah, man. And
G-Money,
LaMelo Ball, Malik
Oh,
Monk,
God.
he just came out of nowhere this year.
Oh my God.
And in my opinion, LaMelo Ball's going to win Rookie of the Year. What do you think?
I agree.
He's special, man. He has
Mhm.
court vision, his passing.
Mhm.
Oh, I watch it and it's like, wow, man.
Yeah,
You
he's
can't teach
special.
that.
He is.
He's special.
That's from the Lord. That's instinctual. That's
Gift.
Jay Williams. That's
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
whoa, his passes. And even though his mechanics shooting wise are a nightmare, if the ball goes in, the ball goes in.
Mhm.
That's the
Mhm.
talent. That's
Yeah.
the
Special
talent.
talent, have a nice team, good team around him. Gordon Hayward's had a resurgent season after his struggles in Boston. Terry Rozier, scary Terry's been lining it up. PJ Washington just came out of nowhere this year. Malik Monk. The Hornets have been one of the surprises of the NBA. I want to ask you, who has been your surprise team? Who has been your surprise and disappointing team as of right now?
I was gonna say they were probably both, but Miami has shocked me that they came out so flat this season.
The hangover, Steve.
I know that, but other teams were in the bubble, and other teams had the same type of stuff. But I was really, because of their system, because of the way they are, I've been shocked about the way they've come out. And
True.
yeah,
Maybe that's credit to Jimmy Butler missing the early part of the season.
That and also the chemistry was off early in the year.
Yeah.
The chemistry was
Yeah,
off.
because he's
They're
starting.
starting to turn around now. They're starting to play better now compared to where they were early in the year. But I'm just saying is that injuries, bad chemistry, that's why they were struggling. Now they're starting to the chemistry starting to mesh. The talent's starting to mesh a little bit. My disappointing team You can even say the Dallas Mavericks. We're the Dallas
Oh,
Mavs.
very disappointing. Why
I
did I
know
think of that?
I know the Mavericks are starting to play. I know the Mavs are starting to play better now, but why wait till now to play better if you're Dallas? Because remember, last year they almost beat the Clippers despite that Porzingis went down, and you can very well argue if they were fully healthy, they would have beat the Clippers. This year, you would have thought with Doncic, Porzingis, Tim Hardaway, Josh Richardson, oh, they're gonna take that next step. Not been the case. They're an 8 seed.
Well, Porzingis
But
missed a
when you
lot of
look
games,
at
brother.
yeah, but when you look
Sure,
at
but he did
that,
come back. What?
when they played the Clippers, Porzingis did play in that series.
I
He went down in that series.
Yeah.
I know he did. I'm
So
just saying, I know
so
he did.
then he was hurt coming into the year, so that set him back also. So
Which is
now
true.
he's finally getting healthy now, and they're playing better.
I
Hey,
want
I
some
got a
no
question
fuzz.
on our last topic. Buds asked a question. Hope all is well, Buds. He said, "Would you send Mitch home to NOLA for Alonzo?" And the answer
No,
is,
No, we need rim
We
protection.
can't.
No.
well,
We
I was
can't
about to
afford it.
say I would, but under one thing, that I'd send him there and a couple draft choices, but we'd get Lonzo and we get Jackson Hayes back as that rim protector. We'll give
who
them Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes. Is that
Yeah,
Jackson Hayes?
yeah.
Yeah.
man?
So what do you think about that? I like
Who
Texas
they giving us
centers.
some first round picks?
No, I'm saying they're giving us Lonzo, and we're giving them Mitch and let's say a pick, and we.
And man,
Well, I'm
come on,
saying they get
No way.
Jackson Hayes.
I
Hey,
don't
this is just we're
no
just. That's what it's about. We're
no.
throwing stuff out. Good.
Hey,
That's
look,
cool.
man,
Nah, we'll
said
keep Mitch. Thank you very
man,
No,
said
much.
hell
where's the
no.
love? Where's the love?
Rob, no
We're
way.
just throwing stuff
Hey,
here.
look, man, said hell no.
Man, child, I
Oh
don't blame
man.
you, man. So,
We can't do that. We be hustling backwards.
And
yeah,
we need
no
rim
doubt.
protection. Lonzo's a
Yeah.
good defender, but we need rim
Can't give that
protection.
up. I really don't trust Noel. Good God, I don't think he can last much longer. I
Yeah.
get nervous every time he gets too active,
I'd
and he's
rather look.
active a lot.
I'd rather wait for Schroeder, see what he do after if the Lakers take it, see if we can get that, or I look for something in the draft. I'm not in man. Lonzo Ball is not who I want on the Knicks.
I don't think Dennis Schroeder will leave the Lakers. If the Lakers repeat, I think Schroeder will resign for them to go for the three-peat.
I think he gonna go for the bag.
Do they have bird rights with him?
I think so.
By
I'm
now, I
pretty
believe
sure.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure by
yeah.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
this is
So
like his what? This is his second season, right?
Dennis Schroeder,
First?
he's been at
No,
least
this is
since
first.
I think he's been at least since
This is his first season.
2014-ish.
No,
No, the
but this is the
Dennis.
Lakers' first. This is
Oh,
his
Lakers
first
first year. Yeah,
season in
it is his
LA
first season in LA. Yeah, it is.
because he
It
was
is.
with Chris Paul last year.
hmm
yeah,
And with
Respectfully.
Atlanta. Yeah.
and then he had the years in
Oh
Atlanta.
man, I don't know because look, they paying LeBron 35 plus. They playing AD. You got they just gave Kuzma some money.
Kuzma.
I don't
hmm
know. They
Yeah.
might be tapped out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
signed Pat Menrums from here on.
Yeah, because he gonna want a nice little bag though.
Absolutely. But do you think a lot of people look at him more like a Lou Will six man than a starting point guard in this
Oh
league?
no, not
Nah,
Trump.
Schroeder's
No,
good. Schroeder's
Schroeder,
really
he can
good.
I
play
didn't
the
say he's
point.
not good. I just said
Oh,
that
he can play the no, he can play the
he
point.
plays, but historically he's not been a starter
Yeah,
in his
but
past life.
but
Meaning he's been like
no,
a Lou Will.
Hey, he was on the same team with
he
Jeff
started
Teague.
in Atlanta.
Foxy.
Pardon?
He was on the same team with Jeff Teague.
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
No.
And Jeff
started
Teague
in
in his
Atlanta.
No.
prime.
No,
That's
not,
right. Yeah, in Atlanta, he had to.
Yeah, he started.
He had to share that role,
yeah.
and he still. He still won out. He still won that role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Boost
Schroeder,
Bobo's
and Schroeder's about what, 28,
Yeah,
27,
he's still
28?
young. He's about 28. About
yeah.
that.
Boost
Let
Mobile
me
says, "Hey Foxy,
let me check.
don't get fleeced for Lonzo. Is it just me? No cap space, no assets.
27.
I
Dennis
don't know
Schroeder's
about
27.
Dennis. Yeah.
27.
So
Oh, yeah.
thank you. It's just me. Appreciate it. The Bus family would pay the luxury tax. Yep. Man, it's weird to see some teams they've been paying luxury tax for ages, and we haven't paid it for a long time.
Oh,
We
yeah,
played in a
man.
while. It's been a while.
It's been a while, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, but yeah. So I agree with me. I don't want. I wouldn't want us to get fleeced, but we're definitely going to need a point guard in our future. And
Hey, look, you got Schroeder. You can run through the draft. You
there's
got to
nobody
run
in
through
the.
the draft. You can get a young point guard in the draft. Somebody that you're gonna, somebody you can get somebody good in that draft, and then you still got D Rose, and
Yeah.
you give him a 20 minutes and let him raise the guard, another guard. That's all, and you
Yeah,
keep it moving.
but there's
I
not
think that
really
you
point
really
guards
gonna
like
need
that
to
where we're going
address
to
if
pick.
Kevin Knox don't get his shot. You're gonna have to address that three some kind of way. But you gotta know what you want at that three, because you can play that three so many different ways. You can get you a shooter, you can get you a slasher, you can get a 3 and D on that wing, you can get a couple different things, you
I
know.
know if
So you gotta know what you want.
Harrison Barnes didn't have 2 more years on his contract at a rate, I'd say, hey, maybe go after Harrison Barnes for a three for us because of his experience, and he's still relatively a young guy, man.
How old is he, Steve?
I
I
think
think. I think he's 28, or I'll tell you
I
I,
right
think he
now.
might be rolling
I
around
think he's
30.
older than that.
28, 28.
He's
Yeah.
28. Oh wow.
Yeah,
So he
Seems like
feels
he's
like
been
he's
around
been around forever.
yeah.
Jinx. But yeah, I know. But he's a quality guy, but he has too much left on his contract going into 2022, like 20 million for the next few years, and I don't look at him like that. So Winston
Mhm.
Ellis, Frankie was on fire. He was for those 3 shots. I agree.
And
Uh,
Kunga,
yeah,
yeah,
Knicks for
yeah.
life, Kelly Oubre. We've just been talking about that. Hey, he's a talented guy, man. And it's so bizarre that when Kevin Knox came out of the draft and all the scouting guys did their comparisons, who was the player that they said Kevin Knox compares to? Kelly Oubre,
hey,
which is
Mhm.
hey, Steve. It looked like Kelly Oubre grew an inch or two. He looks
Mhm.
really tall. That
yeah,
guy looks tall. When I said, I'm like, wait a minute. I remember him in Washington, 6'7". Like a legit 6'7". He looks like he's like 6'9", 6'10". He looks really tall.
yeah. I think it's the tats that make him look taller. All that ink
Probably.
vertically makes him look taller, I guess. But
Yeah.
hey, BJ Boogie agree. Frank really has improved his three again. He hasn't taken a lot, but his
Mhm.
form and everything,
Mhm.
I'm
Much
with you.
more arc and fluent with his shot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I love arc on shots. Some of the guys, Reggie Bullock. Usually after you watch
Oh,
games for
beeline.
somebody,
Jesus.
Inconsistent.
It
but
like it's gonna
also
hit the
you see
front of
that
the rim
line
every
drive.
time.
He takes shots sometimes. I don't know if it's going to make the rim because
Don't,
it
yeah, it's
doesn't have
not.
that
Yes.
arc. So it's
Mhm.
like when it goes in, sometimes like, woo! I didn't know it was going to make that front of the rim. I thought it was going to
No,
die by the time it got there.
no
So
arc.
Mhm.
so so Nick Yak said Frank now 62% on threes. Yeah.
Those numbers
So
are skewed.
they
Those are
are
13
some
for
skewed.
skewed
21 from
numbers.
downtown.
And the
Skewed
weird
numbers.
part is he doesn't shoot. He's very good shooting at corner threes, but specifically in the right corner. But like some of them, he doesn't shoot other threes from other parts around the
Hmm.
Yeah.
well. So, hey, I said earlier in the program, check out Alan Hahn's Twitter account if you don't have him. He put out a tweet today about shot clock from Stats Muse on Randle for the last 4 years, his shot charts. You just see this guy progressing where it looked like strictly in the paint. Then, all right, not only the paint he's hitting here, and now
He's
two
everywhere.
years era, it's
Everywhere.
everywhere, man. Like you
And
just
Everywhere.
said,
I
threes,
see
mid
it in the
range, high
game.
post.
quiet money. You
Yeah.
got that right, man. So, whoa, what happened to my G money? So
Oh.
people come, people go, but everybody has fun. That's the bottom line. So let's see what our family's saying. So Yo Elvis Antenza, hey, hope all is well, Yo Elvis. Let's see, no hesitation either from BJ Boogie. So let me just do a quick thing
All
here.
right, I'm back.
We have 80 people. Yeah, I'm glad you're back too, man. We have 80 people in the chat, and we only have 54 likes. Please
Get them
ask a
likes,
favor.
please, people.
Please get
Mhm.
those likes up. Hit the like, subscribe, and remind the bell so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcast. And please share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Blawrence Tears family. Thanks again for helping us get over the 1,390. We're only a couple away from 1,400. So please, if anyone's in the chat that hasn't subscribed yet, or if you have some buddies, please turn them on so we can do this. Juju92. Juju was a man who thought. Yo, my man Juju, how are you? He's a long time guy, man. You know, the beauty of what we do, pardon me, is so many of us have grown up in the chat and we've had relationships with so many, Gregory Castillo, and that I've been talking to these guys for years in the chat, and now that this show have this platform, but it's so wonderful. So Juju92 is one of them. Been talking to for quite some time, and just love our correspondence. So Manchild said we've been getting fleeced for years in our trades. Yeah, I know, but this is a different regime. With Rose and with Perry's there now, but
and Wild West,
exactly. So hopefully we're not
Worldwide West, excuse me.
Yeah, so
we won the Porzingis trade.
So far, you can make a case somewhat.
Yeah, we got D Rose for KP.
Hey, no, when you trade someone that's just about, he's going to ask for a max contract. So if you didn't trade him, he was going to have to pay him a max contract.
Here's a great stat for you, Quiet, that that we owe Randle next year, and like we said earlier, he has a gorgeous contract. Like Eddie brought up, Mish Eddie, but like Eddie brought up, has a fantastic contract. You round it off, it's $19 million, and what he's producing is a steal. But it's at our team option. We only have a $4 million guarantee. From a liability standpoint, what's guaranteed that we owe Julius, and obviously we're going to do that. Porzingis is owed $102 million guaranteed.
This is what I'm saying.
I know. That's why I wanted to tap
we
on
won the trade.
You imagine having no leverage and locked into KP and saying, if you blow too heavy at this guy, he's going to get hurt. And also, like my G Money was saying, with this second half schedule, they have a lot of back-to-backs themselves, the Mavs. So I don't know from load management and everything else how he's going to hold up. And now we know Luka's back is acting up. So from a draft choice perspective, hey, these are young guys. I don't wish bad and injuries on anybody. It's not my style. I wish good on everyone. But from a trajectory standpoint, I don't know. They may have a tough second half, and we'll find out.
It'll be tough, but I think the Knicks could pull up a few upset wins. I think this team's gonna finish around the 7th seed. What do you guys think? I say we make the playoffs slightly as a 7th seed.
It's such a hard thing to.
It is hard.
It's hard, and I don't know. Like I said to Freezy, if I'm suffering from abuse syndrome of being a Knicks fan for so long, that you're just always saying something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. You hate to be that way, but it's like we've been cursed for so long that like, is somebody getting hurt? Is and also the other teams, are they going to get hot? And like we just said, there's only a game and a half. I'll round it off on some teams. 2 games between 5 and 10 with a second half to go. Just a couple of losses, and all of a sudden we're 9, and we're at 10. So I think it's going to be some of it in the Lord's hands if we can get through this healthy. No, I'm serious. If we can get, injuries.
Healthy, no COVID, no protocol, no injuries. Just the chemistry keeps going. Yeah.
Yeah, if we can have that where we luck out, where none of our guys go down, and I think, like we said, I think there's a real good shot that we can play approximately 500 ball the rest of the way. And that's all we need to do now is basically win 18 more games.
Which is not impossible. So
I know.
We're gonna play better than 500 ball the second half of the season.
Talk to me, Rob. Talk to me.
I feel as though
optimistic.
I feel as though like we gonna I think we're gonna do better than 500. We got we got another 30
35 games.
35.
G Money always on target.
I'm looking at, we might go something like 18 and 15.
You meant 18 and 17.
18 and 17 or 19 and 16. I think we'll put two. I think we'll put 2 games on it.
I mean, we got Milwaukee twice. We got the Lakers twice. We got the Clippers in Staples. We got the Celtics a few more times. We got the Sixers twice, I think. We got the Heat again. What else we have?
Oh, we
We
owe
got the
the Heat
Spurs.
because we
Yeah.
played them 2 times in Miami, back to back in Miami. They
No,
coming to New
no.
York.
We won. We lost in Miami. Then the game before we lost in MSG in New York.
Yeah. You
I
know what
thought
the
we
On
went
wild
down there for a 2-game trip.
the
No,
wild
no, no,
thing.
no. We lost on Super Bowl Sunday in New York. Then we lost in Miami when RJ missed a layup.
Yeah, we owe them, but they
Hmm.
beatable.
They are there.
They most definitely beatable.
They are there. That's true.
We
That's
want
true.
to
Hey,
see
Rob,
Philly.
I got a question for you, Rob.
What's up?
Like, I was really hard on RJ. I was really
A
hard.
lot of us were. Oh, not that hard that he kicked you out.
Yeah, you kicked yourself out.
I think these StreamYard gremlins are the worst, Rob. You never know.
Uh-huh.
You know what the weird part is, and as a fan, I think all of us, this is the first time in a long time we're gonna have like playoff environment when we're these games are gonna mean something. And I
Hmm.
just wish we had more fans in the stands to
Mhm.
appreciate it and
That's
be the
fast.
and be the sixth man on our.
Oh, dang.
Steve.
Steve.
So you're saying we could go? You think we could go 19-16 to end the season? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, roundabout. Oh, everybody got done up. Well, I'm next. My internet is the only one that held up. Yeah, Knicks. Freezy get them.
Freezy. Oh, I was like,
Oh, what happened to everybody?
I don't know.
Oh,
Freezy was
Yo,
playing.
everybody.
That's pretty good.
Yo,
Freezy, were you
hey,
playing games?
hey, man. So I was trying to say something just now. I don't know what was going on.
None of us heard you.
Yeah.
Honest.
Hmm.
No, no. I'm saying I don't know. But anyway. What I was saying is so G Money sounds scared like a little baby girl about the schedule.
Yeah, don't talk to my G Money that way.
No. Didn't I just say we're gonna make the
Yeah,
playoffs?
yeah.
Didn't I just
So
say we're gonna make the playoffs? I
No,
said we'll
don't
be
shade G
17.
Money like that.
So G Money, let me get my thing in, man, because I legit have been listening the whole time, just letting y'all eat. All I want to do is just jump in and say a few words. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you can't say put Miami out there like they're some kind of beast, like they're Tarzan. When if you watch the 2 games between the Heat, you saw one game, the referees legit took the game out of our hands with the whistle. In the second
That's true.
game, we lost that game because of a RJ Barrett missed layup at the buzzer, basically. So we keep building these teams up to be titans. Like we legit build these teams up to be titans, and these teams are beatable by the Knicks, just like y'all said about 40 minutes ago. You and Quiet Money were talking about who is the underrated team this year, a team that y'all felt like overachieved, and none of y'all said the Knicks. A
No,
right?
my
team, a,
No,
a, a,
that
team-
wasn't
right.
the question.
so
No,
that was the question.
No, he
You said
said
Yeah,
you said
G
wait,
I
Money.
wait,
said
hold
who was
hold
the
on,
my
hold
surprise and
hold on,
disappointing team?
hold on
okay.
before y'all start. What I'm saying is the Knicks had a team that won 17 games one year,
Hmm.
21 games the next year, and then this year they're going into the All-Star break with a 500 record. And y'all didn't even mention the team that we devoted a channel to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about how sometimes when we look at the landscape of the NBA and all these different things, we tend to try to hustle backwards when it comes to our team and promote everybody else as if they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. We gotta get out of that mindset of everybody is better than us
That's
when
true.
we're getting on the floor and we're beating these teams. Like legit. Somebody said we're beating the teams we're supposed to beat, right? We're
Hmm.
not beating those teams. We're not supposed to beat those teams. We finished 17 wins one year, 21 wins the following year, and then this year we're going in on their court and beating them. We don't. Teams are not laying down for us, and teams are not. We hadn't won any championships. You know what I'm saying? We're legit getting on the floor with these cats and competing and winning, right? But the narrative is, oh, we're beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. Though we're not supposed to beat those teams coming off a 17 win year and a 21 win year. I'm just saying, man, add some perspective to what it is that we're talking about.
Freezy, that's
That's
why in the
true.
morning and at night we come see you. We need Freezy therapy to get us out of this syndrome.
But
Yeah.
here's what I
But in
said.
my defense, I stepped away, Freezy, because I was going to address that, but I had stepped away, but I did hear it.
But here's the
I,
Oh,
thing.
that
I
that
never
that was
said.
weak, man.
I,
That was weak.
no, I,
Throw
no,
Okay,
no,
but
throw
here's
your
the thing.
boys under
I
the bus
never.
like that.
Okay, but here's the thing. I never said the Hornets were my surprise team. I said
that's what
they
I,
were
that's
one
what
of.
I was about to say.
I said they were one of my surprise teams.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm trying to
Plural.
tell
I
him.
th- I think the Knicks are my surprise team so far. I'm just saying that Charlotte has been surprising too. That's what I've been saying, and that's a fact because nobody had, like New York, nobody had Charlotte in the postseason neither. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
G Money, that's
that
lame, bro. G Money, that's lame, bro. Because you
How's
said
that
no,
lame?
nah, Freezy,
How's that lame?
because
You had the
that's what
Hornets
he
a
meant.
playoff team.
Freezy, yeah, like,
it's lame.
He
Hold
said
on,
we
hold on.
go
Let me finish.
first and then you
Right,
speak of other
right.
teams.
You brought up Charlotte first. You brought up
I
Charlotte
said
first, and
Charlotte
then
was one of my surprise teams.
right, and then you had 40 minutes to get back to the Knicks, and you didn't.
Well, whatever. All I'm saying is that the Hornets have been pretty surprising to me. I'm saying the Knicks have been my surprise team because, like you said, no one had us being above 500 by this time during All Star break. Nobody. That's what I'm saying. Even the Jazz have been surprising too. Nobody had Utah being the number one seed in the NBA. We got to be
But they
objective
was
for
a good
everything.
but they was a good team last year. They won
I
a
Yeah,
know
couple
that,
but
of
they
but
went on a run, Rob. That
I
was
know, but you
incredible,
didn't.
man.
I know, but did anyone predict Utah to be better than the Lakers? No. Did
no.
anyone predict the Jazz to be better than the Clippers? No. Did anyone predict the Jazz to be better than the Nuggets?
Well,
No.
last year they was what, the third seed?
No,
It's
they're
not
the
in, it's
sixth
not in
seed. They're the sixth seed.
who, the Jazz?
Yes.
Oh well, they hung
Hey,
around.
hey, G Money.
Yeah.
See, to your point, I think you were speaking of perspectives, like what other team besides us. I think that's what you were saying originally.
That's what
Like,
I
what other
said.
teams
What am I?
besides you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Surprise
and they took
teams
you out of
and
context.
disappointing
So
teams so
I know.
far. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
My
I know.
surprise team right now is the Knicks as of right
Yeah,
now. I'm just saying that teams like the Jazz, the Hornets,
yeah.
even the Suns. No one's talking about them being a two seed, by the way, have been one of my surprise teams. My disappointing teams right now are the Nuggets, the Mavs, the Raptors. Even the Pacers are kind of disappointing.
How they
Okay.
disappointing?
The
How's the
Raptors,
Pacers? The
they're not
Pacers.
even in the
Wait,
they're like 10, 9, 10 seed right now. They're
No,
not
I'm
this.
Rob,
just saying. I'm just saying,
Rob.
as far as they're like 3 games out of the playoffs, two or
Dude,
three games.
Indiana was
No,
like
but
top
but
four to
Rob, they
start the
have more
season.
talent than we do.
It's true.
Who's that?
Hey,
The
Indiana.
Pacers.
hey, look what Freezy did to us. We were having such a nice civil
I,
conversation, and he stirs up the problems. The
I
next thing
don't.
we know,
I don't
we're
think
yelling.
Indiana has better talent than
They
us.
do have a
Wait,
better team
what?
overall. They
I don't
do.
think Indiana has better talent
Yes,
than
they
us.
do.
Yes,
Okay,
they
look,
do,
look.
man.
No,
Go position by position, Rob.
I'm saying. Okay, what? You got
They got Miles Turner,
Turner,
My, Sabonis,
okay, but
Sabonis,
look, that's
Malcolm
Brogdon,
Brogdon.
look.
Man, G
Let,
Money and I
look,
are
him and
brothers.
Miles Turner. Look,
Duncan.
Mitch got the defense on him. He got the offense. That's a
no, no,
wash.
no, 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 no,
No, it's
no,
not.
no.
Sabonis is better than
Whoa.
Mitchell Robinson.
Who?
Sabonis is better than Mitchell Robinson.
No,
No,
Sabonis is
I'm talking
not
about
their
Miles
center.
Turner.
Yes, he is.
I'm talking about Miles
No,
Turner.
He's a
Turner
4 or
is.
5. He sometimes can play
Yeah,
Look what
5
but
Freezy
sometimes.
did again.
Miles Turner's the 5.
he's
Sorry,
not
Miles
better
Turner.
than.
My fault. My fault.
They not
Miles
better
Turner.
than Randle.
No, no.
Wait. Sabonis is not better
He
than
got the
Randall?
power forward spot.
No,
No, Miles
he
Turner
put
is
him
better
in
than Mitchell
cuffs.
Robinson. Miles Turner is
The
better than Mitchell
reemergence
Robinson.
of Randall is better than Sabonis. Sabonis didn't
Randall
make the
is
All
better than
Star game.
Sabonis.
Randall
That's
did.
right.
Sabonis made it last year.
Yeah, but we're talking about this year.
Yeah, their
Nah,
stats
right
are
now,
almost equal.
Randall's better.
Okay,
Hands
fine.
down.
I'll give it to Randall. I'll give it to Randall. I'll be fair. I'll give it to Randall. Yeah, you have a point.
Okay, so
Randall's
then
playing with
you look at
let's stop.
what they guard play? Well, who they got? They got
Brogdon.
They
Malcolm
got
Brogdon,
Brogdon.
Okay,
he's
they
better
got
than
the
Peyton. So
they
be
got
honest.
they got
Not
the
even
edge
close.
there.
They got Brogdon. They got us. Well, they got us on Brogdon.
McDermott and Bullock. McDermott is slightly
No,
better than
McDermott
Bullock.
is better than
Nah,
Bullock.
Much better
But
shooter.
Yes, he
McDermott's
is.
better than
no,
Bullock.
no,
Come on, yes he
no,
is.
no. That's a
Rob.
Oh
wash.
boy,
That's a wash.
no, it's
Rob,
not.
no
That's a
way.
wash.
No, it's not.
McDermott doesn't play no defense at
Neither
all.
does Bullock.
Bullock plays defense.
Bullock
You can
plays
look at his
defense.
Okay,
stats.
fine.
He plays D.
Bullock
Okay,
plays
my fault. My
defense.
fault.
Okay,
My
that's
fault.
Bullock plays defense.
Okay,
is
my fault. Just exaggerating. My fault. Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
PBD said, don't
So
forget about
when you look
T.J.
at the
Warren
whole
and
team
Karis
as a
LeVert,
whole,
man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
TJ Warren Karis
they're,
LeVert,
not,
bro.
they're not that much
That's
better than us.
But
Dude,
no,
did you
they
just
TJ
hear what
are
we
better
Warren
than
just
us.
Karis
said?
LeVert.
Didn't we beat them twice?
Not with them.
Yeah,
Not with them.
With who?
not with those players.
With T.J. Warren and Karis LeVert.
Well,
TJ
they might not get LeVert back for the whole season.
No, I
He
think
No,
he's
he's
might come
coming
coming
back
back.
next month.
next.
This
He's
month he's
coming
gonna
back.
come back.
Well,
Exactly.
but then look, they got to show improve. You just because he
That's
did
true.
what he did with the Nets, his role going to change there. Who's to say he's going to play the same?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hey, I'd love
You have a
if we
point.
made the playoffs. I'd love for us to match up against Indiana.
We
Versus some
could
of,
win
versus,
that
Of course,
series.
I
We
would love
could
it
win
too.
that series.
we could win that series versus some of the
Yes,
other
of course.
possible setups, man. I don't, I'd hate for us to go against Philadelphia or Brooklyn in the first
Look,
round.
we
But if
played
we
Or
go
Milwaukee.
against,
No
that
way.
first game
Yeah,
we
I'm with
played
you,
in
G.
Philly. They caught us early. Let's go at them again and see where we at. We playing a whole. What we play him? Game 2, game 3. We
We're
played them
done with
way
Indiana for the
early.
year.
No,
We're done with
it was
Indiana for
past
the year.
that. It was
No,
past
I'm
that.
saying the Sixers.
hey, quick shout out.
past game
We're
3.
at it's game 2. We're at Philadelphia.
Game 2?
Quick
Okay,
shot.
so that's what I'm saying. We
Yeah, just
gonna see him again. We
Yeah,
gonna
early.
see where we at. Not to say just see where we at. We playing a whole lot better than we played early in the season.
That's true. I'll give
So
it.
we
That's
gotta,
true. I agree 100%.
and a couple of teams beat them. Philly done lost to some lower level teams.
That's true. They lost to Cleveland twice. You have a
Yep.
point.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And
Cleveland
Detroit.
also
And
beat
they lost to
Brooklyn twice.
Detroit. They also lost to
Cleveland also
Detroit.
beat
Yeah.
Brooklyn twice.
Hey, fellas, hold
Yeah.
on a sec. I got a couple of super chats. First one,
Yeah.
L. Marshall. L. Marshall, thank you so much. You're so generous. We appreciate all your support all the time, and I just love us. We're always chatting in morning show, night
Wizards
show
beat
about
the
different
Clippers.
things. So L.
True.
Marshall said Bullock defense is overrated. Shake my head. I think he's good defensively. I think
No,
he's
he's a
better
good
than
defender.
Knox. But thank you so much, El Marshall. Greatly appreciate it. And also, you Elvis and Tenza, thank you so much for your super chat. And again, we appreciate your generosity, your consistent generosity too. Knicks are nice, but Pacers got more talent when they're healthy. I agree that they have more talent, but like G's and Money and I just said, if we have to match up against somebody, I think we can match
I would
up.
take that every day.
I'll take that every day. Thank
That's
you.
true.
right,
Yeah,
right.
we could win that since we could. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a 4-5 matchup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, more likely, probably.
No.
But Boston
Well,
right now is 4. Boston
Yeah.
right now is 4. New York is 5.
No
Yeah.
telling what Boston going.
Well, Boston's not starting to turn around. Not if won 4 in a row. They're starting to turn around a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. They're 3 games outside of the Bucks, in fact. So,
Yeah.
Well, they 3 outside the Bucks. We 4.
That's
So?
a fact. That's a fact. Well,
We could get closer. We could get closer by Thursday.
Right.
If we win in Milwaukee, we could get closer.
Hey, look, we gonna play ball. They gotta go up there. With this COVID protocol going on, you don't know who's gonna be in the game.
the truest words you
when
said.
you play 'em. And you take advantage of every little thing they give you.
COVID, the seventh man.
That's right. Most
COVID, the seventh
definitely.
man.
Hey, Kaiser Sose, shout out to you, Kaiser. Hope all is well. Kaiser's saying Miami is coming. And
Miami's won 7 out of 8. So, yeah.
yeah, so thanks, Kaiser. Yeah, we know, man. We have a target on our backs, or anyone that started off a little slow or a whole lot slow.
Hey, look,
So
we got
it's gonna-
targets too. We got targets for people from last year. We carrying the grudge from 2 years ago. Get your targets. We know this too. We coming too. We don't care about your target. We got targets.
I'm with you, man, and I like us because it's funny when Halliburton played the Knicks. He said any teams that passed on him, he has, he's serious about showing them that they made a mistake. And I thought to myself, did Kevin Knox ever have that thought process that anybody that passed on him, he wants to show them what a big mistake that they made?
Doesn't even.
Hey, look,
I
I
don't
agree
think
with
he
you,
cares,
Quiet
Steve.
Money. I agree
I
with
don't
you.
think he cares.
I don't think it ever came across his mind that I got to show show those guys that they made a big mistake. I don't think that's in his DNA, that type of thought. And I love guys that have that thought. Like, man, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to show you that you were wrong. So BJ Boogie, never Foxy. I agree, BJ, man. So
that second game,
Juju
that
Blockhead
second game,
Knox. I think the correct term is boxhead. That's what I think Mitch was calling boxhead.
yeah, but that second game we played the Kings quickly cooked them. He cooked Halliburton.
And so did
Halliburton
and
had 17.
Burks went off too.
But quickly had 25
around that. Yeah, he had 25, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Halliburton had 17 that game.
Hey, look, we don't care. We had 25. We cooked you.
That's true. We put 140.
We were cooking, man.
We put 140.
I got a question for you guys. Yeah, Which player besides Randle? Which player besides Randle do you think is the X factor as far as like who can put us over the edge?
RJ
Barrett,
and it's only because of his youth. He's 20. He's in his sophomore. In some people's eyes, he's really starting. He finished his rookie year because of the games and stuff. But if he can play consistently, and the kid's been playing well, his shooting,
he's
have
improving.
to give him major kudos to start. 0 for 21, 5 for 49 from 3, and bring it up to the percentage he's shooting this year.
What's he shooting us, Boxy?
I'll tell you half a second, my friend. He's shooting.
He's been lining it up the past few games.
Yeah.
Smooth. I got nothing but respect for what he's been doing.
I think who I think is the X factor, and we win most of the games. When RJ get his and Randle get his, we capable of still losing. But when Randle, RJ, and quickly get it, we rarely lose.
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of points. Be quickly, and quickly ain't scared of the big lights. So I would say quickly.
Hey, just real quick, a couple things on RJ. He's averaging this year 16.4 points, 6 rebounds. I'll round it off 3 assists. Shooting, I'll round it off 44% from the field. I'll round it off 35% from 3. So we're coming from 18% up to 35. You got to give him props. And also, shout out to Haddikin, Sharon, my guy Haddikin. He had that great stat that anytime that every game that we've lost, RJ's been negative on the plus minus.
Wow.
So fantastic stat. Fantastic stat. Every game. And also, shout out to Chuck, otherwise known as Charles B, or as I like to call him, the People's Champ. He, I didn't realize that anomaly. He pointed out saying it was a no-brainer. That's why I love my Chuck. People always get him mixed up. People listen how he says stuff, not what he says, and the guy's deep. So Haddikin says, speaking of my friend Haddikin, he says, we will see the major evolution of RJ very soon. Mark my words. I agree with you. Hey, special shout out to Delano Steele Jr., our DSJ, our man of steel, our man who just had a birthday. So if you didn't say happy birthday to him a couple days ago, send him a belated birthday wish. Hey, it's just me. Told you so. So again, is it just me? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for supporting us. Appreciate it. Let's see. Kaiser says Peyton trash, but when he has his rear hood games, we blow the other team out. Hey, he's been playing, he's playing a lot less.
He's been playing
better
under pressure.
Yeah, or when he thinks he's going to lose his gig.
Yeah, that's under pressure.
Yeah, every time when there's the rumor mill of this or that, so we'll find out. But I think it says a lot that Tibbs hasn't started quick at the point guard. So, you start other people.
He's closest to a overcut.
Yeah.
He wants to shoot. He wants to score.
He wants to shoot a lot.
He likes to shoot. Tibbs want him to shoot a lot.
You're right. He has the license.
Tibbs want him to shoot a lot.
You're 100% right. Tibbs has given that
That's
license.
all on Tibbs.
Yeah.
Because he can shoot.
And also, we're challenged in other areas. So if there's somebody going to light it up, or somebody's going to get hot with a, miss, and all of a sudden 5 straight, he's the man. There's not many others on the team that has that capability. BJ Bookie said quickly isn't ready, and that's okay. And you're right.
It's okay. He ain't ready. That's all right.
You know, he
That's
did
all right.
spend 2 years at Kentucky versus some of the other kids, but being a point guard in the NBA is like going to graduate school, man. It takes years for you to learn the nuances, learn the spots of the players on your team,
Yeah.
pick and rolls and everything else to get them to where they are, and also on the other part of the ball, being a general, saying on your positions and talking and communicating. That's sometimes one of the good. There's not very much that we can take away positive from this terrible pandemic, but one of the things is hearing, players when you don't
Your
hear them
heels
yelling,
on the court.
you don't
Yeah.
hear them yelling on the court. That's an issue because the other day the only one we heard here yelling on the court was Tibbs saying Obi, Obi.
Yeah.
You know,
Ob. Ob.
he was yelling at Obi. But hey, just real quick, happy birthday to Obi. Today's his birthday,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
happy
Well, it was
birthday
his
to
birthday.
you. Yeah, happy. You're right. Happy birthday,
Happy
but happy
birthday.
birthday, dear Obi. Happy birthday to you.
Obi
Uh,
won.
John B says if Elford takes another jump shot early in the shot clock, I'm gonna die. Yeah, that and when you saw Burks drive and he kicked it out to Noel. What the hell is Noel
What
gonna
was
do when
that?
you kicked it out like that? I'm like sometimes Burks makes mistakes that you're like,
Yeah.
he's a
He has.
vet, man. Vets
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing some of the mistakes.
He goes
But I
brain
said,
dead sometimes.
yeah, but I said the same thing about Austin Rivers. I said he's the dumbest
Oh
coach's
God.
son I've ever seen. He does he makes some plays on the court. You're like, yo, man,
Are
that's
you serious?
so anti-fundamental and textbook. How could you make that mistake? Quickly keeps his head down with the ball. Nick Yak said, oddly enough, I think he keeps his head
That's not
up.
true.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
think
true.
That's true.
and
That's not
also
true.
for the frenetic way he plays, he has almost no turnovers statistically. The kid is very, very good that way. So let's see. Let's see. I'm just trying to get everybody. This is your show. As you know, I always say that, chat. We love you to ask the questions, the topics. The flow of the show is yours. Let's see. I do have a favor again. Let me just take a latest thing. Okay, we have 85 people in the chat, only 70 likes. So please, I'm going to be cutting out of here for in a couple of minutes. Freezy will be coming in. So please hit those likes, subscribe, and remind the bell so you don't miss out on any Knicks at Night, Knicks Morning Drive broadcasts. Please share this link on your favorite social media platforms so we can grow the Blarens Tears family. Thank you again. We're only a couple away. We have 1,390 some odd. We're a blink away from 1,400. If you haven't subscribed, please show love for Freezy and the old Sly Fox. Hit that subscribe and get us there. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And also, last but not least, shout out to the best mods in the land, Bodega Wi-Fi, the new Knicks, and
Oh.
Sima Singh. We appreciate all you do. So Haddock and Sharon, Ian Begley posted a video on Twitter after the win that people in the Knicks organization made it very clear that Randle and RJ will not be touched and they want them to be part of the rebuild. Haddocken, I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. He's gonna get a field producer, Haddocken Sharon. He's gonna get something because he's always providing really good. Hey, I hope so. It'd be lunacy for us to give.
It makes sense.
Yeah, Julius is 26. He's in his prime. RJ's a kid at 20, and he not knowing the game, he scores 20 points. You know how hard that is in the NBA, and he does that. So, as Coach Colorblock said, he's like 2 layups away, making it in the paint and stuff from averaging 20 points in this league. And the shot, we want that mid range, and he's just looking smoother. Hey, he shot 60%, 60+%, 60 and change last year from the foul line. He's brought that up. So we've seen great development, great
Who's
development.
hushing?
So C-Mac said, I think, hey, C-Mac, hope all is well, my friend. He says, I think quickly influenced Frank Ntilikina's offensive game. You know what? Every time I see people hesitate, dribbling into the paint now and hesitating with the guy behind them, I think quickly's influencing a lot of people, like looking for that foul. But like Chuck said, and he was so right, and Clyde backed him up, quickly got to focus on the shot. You can't focus on the fouls, getting fouls, man. You focus, son. You got to better focus on those shooting.
Hey, Foxy.
I'm listening.
So, two things. The the quickly thing. It's kind of tempting to look for the foul when, as far as shooting and scoring, you shoot your free throws 94%. You made 100. I mean 94 out of your
94 out of
first
100.
100. I'll be kind of looking for it too. But on another note, as far as like growing the Lawrence Taylor's family, um, I think a lot of it comes down to sharing on the social media platforms. Like you gotta understand, like a lot of us have Facebook. Almost everyone has Facebook. You know, every time I come on and before I come on, I hit the share link, and I post it to my Facebook. You know, because I have like maybe I don't know how many thousands something friends, but everybody has Facebook. So if everybody would share it on Facebook, the people are on all times of the night and day. I think that would help a lot.
Thanks,
I'm not
Quiet
so sure
Money.
about Twitter, but
Say
Facebook,
that again. Say that again,
yeah,
as Ron Cleveland would say.
yeah, Facebook.
Mhm.
Everybody's on Facebook, so I believe if everyone would share the link to Facebook. I didn't so much to social media, definitely social media, but to Facebook, it would definitely help grow the channel. Definitely.
Oh
I mean,
look,
I've even tried it. I've even tried it. Like it's times that I've come on right, and then I see how many people we have in the chat, and I click share, and I'll share it to my
Thank you.
Facebook, and I'll come back and I'll see that we have more viewers.
Thank you. That
It could be coincidence, but
everybody,
probably
please,
not.
everything you can do, share. Hey, C-Mac said, hey, Foxy, say Alfred Payton is the greatest shooter the Lord has ever made, and I'll give you a like. C-Mac, my integrity and me earning your trust is more important. I can't tell a lie. I can't tell a lie.
That's
So
a
I'm sorry.
bold lie.
I'll give up a like if I could earn your trust and everybody else's trust. Because
hey y'all, did y'all
Foxy
see?
don't roll that way.
Hey, look, did y'all see what Randall said in the Players Tribune when he wrote that essay?
It was heart magnificent,
He said a
wasn't?
lot. He
That's
said a
true
Oh,
lot
it
of
was
leadership.
cool.
You
Yeah, it
take
was
it,
cool.
Rob.
I
Take
liked
it.
it.
he said a lot of stuff. And be like, sign him now. Give him a contract now.
Yeah.
This guy's a
He
Nick
said that he felt as though he blew the opportunity with his reputation and all that.
in the
He
first
said he
year.
knew that he was coming in. He was going to work hard to get it back. He
That's a
Yeah,
said he
man.
only knew it was only one way to do it.
That's a definition of a man in my book, man. That
Hmm.
you
yeah.
look in the mirror, you take
Mine too.
ownership, and say, you know what? There's only one person who fixed that, and that's me. So it always starts with me.
Yeah.
I've never been a person that looks around and says the world's the problem, and it never starts with me. So I can't tell you how much I've been impressed. I don't know if I've ever seen a turnaround of a player in any, and I'm a sports fanatic across every sport, that a player had turned it around, not only on the field but off the field as a leader,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
earned the trust. And like I said a few weeks ago, you saw him after the game with Theo Pinson and Quick and RJ, that you could see that they enjoy each other's company. You see
The
when
camaraderie.
the guys are hitting threes, everyone on the bench is showing
Yeah.
enthusiasm, jumping and everything else. Yo, he's got it rocking with Tibbs and Payne and Johnny Bryant and Woody and all the Greer brothers and everybody that's there. They're doing something right. And I know one of the super chats said that you think that Bullock's defense is overrated, and people say Peyton's defense is overrated. Hey, can I
Really
just
not.
ask? Just ask a question. We're number one, and we're number two now in defensive rating of all in NBA, but we're one across three different categories: with 3-point percentage, field goal percentage, etc. And who's played the most minutes on our defense so far? It's Bullock and Payton. So as much as you hate them, hey,
We're doing a job.
you have to say, you know what, got to give some props that they're the guys that it wasn't Knox, it wasn't Burks because of his injury and other things.
Nope.
Bullock has played tough, and Bullock sometimes, he's a first half guy. He'll hit 7 threes or
Oh.
whatever, 6 threes, and then he'll hit one in the second half. And you're like,
Oh my
can
god.
somebody hit a crunch time three for a brother? So, but hey, you gotta give some credit, and like I said early in the broadcast, that I'd love for Peyton to be able to turn it around like Randle turned it around. So, and like Peyton is such an enigma. The guy is only one of 5 players, and they're legendary, meaning Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robinson, Michael Jordan, Westbrook, who's a Hall of Famer, whether you like him or not, but to have 5 triple doubles in a row. So there's
Hey,
something in his repertoire of talent that
yeah,
if Tibbs or somebody could harness that, make him less prone. But
hey,
we're 13-4, 13-5 now when he scores 5 baskets. Peyton. So that's a
yeah,
crazy stat. Take it quiet.
yeah. About Peyton. He's actually kind of talented. He has talent.
He playing
He's
good.
not. He's not like Frank. He has
He has
talent.
elite talent. It's a weird thing. He has elite
Yeah,
talent. He was
it's like it's
second in
not.
the league last year, getting to the rim behind Zion. But
He
getting
has
to the
talent.
rim and finishing are two different things. If, like I said,
Yeah,
if he
that's
like
what.
RJ could have 2 or 3 layups made that he's missed, everybody would think differently about him.
Yeah,
Totally.
but back to Peyton. I think one of the things that he suffered from is that he never played behind anyone good. Not that I can remember. He
Yeah.
had
No,
no
he's
one to
he's
like.
always playing on bad teams, and
Yeah, yeah. And he been the lead dog pretty much on every bad team. He
yeah,
never had no one good in front of him to
yeah.
help guide
But
him, and.
the problem is, shooting 24% from 3 is
That's
just brutal. That's
Oh,
just
and then
brutal.
here's another thing I want to bring up. And I think we don't talk about it. We talk about it, but I don't think we put enough emphasis on it. And that's our coaching staff as a whole. We have 2 head coaches. We got 2 head coaches. I don't think, and then we have top like assistants and developmental coaches. Like we have possibly maybe top 5 coaching staff
Oh, no
in the
doubt. And
league.
that's why I'm like, people get off Dolan's back. Not only that,
Get off
he
his
spent a
back.
fortune upgrading the analytics. He's hired guys from Wharton because of Tibbs
Yeah, the
spent some time.
capologist, what's his name?
Well, that's
Brock
Brock
Osweiler?
Aller. Yeah.
Brock Aller,
So
yeah.
he spent a lot of money for the development and also upgrading the new part of being coaches and stuff. Looking at the analytics, he brought in
Hmm.
all of these guys. So people get off Dolan's back. It's so easy to hate him, but if he's writing checks for us to get better, you know, uh,
Yeah,
you know, maybe he could hire different people, but he hired all different types of people. I just wish he
all
hired.
different types of people.
So
Did a good job.
PBD, how much money is Julius getting? I'm not sure if you're asking in the
Not enough,
future.
right? I think 19. Is it
Now he's
19?
rounded off 19 million. So
Yeah.
I could tell you exactly. Let me just look at my notes. I have all my crazy stuff I write down. Julius Randle is making 18.9 million this year. Next year 19.8, and it's
Mm.
only guaranteed for 4 million, like I said. So I'm so old. I write everything down.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I love pen to paper for some reason. It's funny. Quiet money. In school, I paid a lot of attention in school, but I wrote a lot of notes, and my brain is weird because when I took tests and everything, because I put that pen to paper. I remembered everything I wrote in my notes when I took my test. So I've always loved writing, and to this day. So PBD, I'm not his next contract. Okay, PBD, my bad for not being specific. Hey, he's going to be in the max
Oh,
discussion.
he's a max. He's
He's
max.
he's going to be asking that $30 million range. I'm sure. Hopefully, we can get a
Hey,
hometown discount. What do you think, Rob?
you muted.
No, let him finish his chewing. Sorry about that, my friend. And he works
Yeah,
hard.
nah,
When he
Randall.
gets,
I don't know if we can save $15 million and play a whole season. Why we gonna give it? Why we need to give that man a discount? We
He
need to
has to get
pay
paid.
him. He
no,
He got to get
deserve it.
paid. I agree.
well, the only reason I said it is so we can get other people besides him,
Yeah, but
No,
and
we.
throw the money around.
the way
Because
it's
Hey,
set up, we'll be able to get other players.
hey,
But we
hey,
we doing it the right way, developing players so paying him a max contract and getting another max player is a doable thing for us.
Yeah, our brother Delano
Foxy.
Steele said he would give $22 million a season to Randall. So
He already
generously.
More than that, brother. You got to get more than that.
Who said? Who said that?
Delano,
we trying to undercut
our
that man,
DSJ,
Delano.
Oh
the
man,
good
Delano.
DSJ, the consistent DSJ.
Hey, Fox, I got a question.
All right.
Fox. As far as like with the cap thing, couldn't we first go after players with the available cap, and then we could just sign Julius back to whatever max we want?
I think
We can give Julius
because he's our own player.
Right.
Yeah. So we can go over the cap.
we-
We don't care about Dolan's pockets.
Yep, word. Hey, Freeze,
But
you
Dio
there?
still said 22.
Yeah, that's crazy.
22 Skidoo. Jeremy said 31.5. PBD said is thinking the 29.5 range because that's what he thinks KP's getting. So thank you.
he's right more
David
than
Parker, he'll get at least 30. Felipe 210. Hey, Felipe 210, how are you, my friend? I heard the max we can offer him is 4 years, 102 million. But that's what the capologist on ESPN said. Thanks,
So
Felipe.
how much that rounds up to?
That's 25 million. That's a little over 25 million.
Well, he gets that.
Yeah, he can get that.
I think that's 25.25
He can get that
million
all day.
if this brain
All
of mine.
day.
Where's get him
All
into like
day.
when you need him. He's the CPA, but I think I did the math real quick in my brain pretty well. So I would give him Haddock Sharon, my brother, or my son. More like my son. I would give him 27 million. Some of the other guys are more like my brother, but Haddock, you're my son, and I care about you that way. That's why. Hey, Haddock, you know what I'm going to say to you now. It's 2:00 in the morning. Tomorrow's a school day. I said to you, Fridays and Saturdays, I have no problem with you hanging with us. But school, I love my Knicks, but schoolwork is more important than the Knicks. So I don't care if you go 12-1, but come on, man. You make sure you do, you're nice and fresh for schoolwork. And Haddock saying, stop. It's all in love. Hey, you want crazy uncles like me telling you the right things, man. So school is everything, man. School is everything. So let's see, Delano. There you go, wanting to overpay. When we get us in the play, I'll change my price range, Rob. So yeah, well, there's a lot of guys that make a whole lot of money that didn't do it.
Exactly.
C-Mac said Haddock got a midterm tomorrow. C-Mac is the coolest. C-Mac is always trolling. He's the coolest, C-Mac, yo. Yeah, no, I didn't mean everybody. I'm the uncle. I'm the one that could say it to Haddock, but I don't want him getting everybody saying, don't be a fool, stay in school. That's right, David Parker. That's right, and now he's laughing his ass off. But it's in love and out of respect, Haddock. You could go on other shows and they'll just say hi, but we actually care about our family. I'm not saying that about any other shows. They have great respect, but I'm saying I know Freezy and I know Rob and I know Quiet and I know me that we care about you guys, and that's why whether it was Brad Johnson, our brother from Australia, that's in the hospital now fighting COVID. He's in our prayers. Wow. We think about him. It's real. Or whether our guy Sima Singh, he went through an ordeal a couple of weeks ago down in Texas with the power out. We care. We care about the people in our family. So, hey, Freezy, where are you, my man? So we complain about albatross contracts. Earn the money off production, not potential. That's my mentality. Hey, I'm with you, Delano. That's why. What
you don't think Randall's producer?
No, I think he is, but he wants him to produce when it means
more.
No, meaning in the playoffs. Everyone can produce
Randall's
during the season.
Man.
Yeah, so
Randall's a sending player.
Yeah, so
he's getting better.
Sima Singh's go to bed, Anakin, or I'm about to put you on timeout. Oh, I didn't mean to people do this to my Haddocken because I think he's a cool dude and smart.
Young boy.
So Haddocken, please keep feeding the old Sly Fox facts and stuff because I eat it up and I try to get everything, but you keep finding the stuff I'm missing, and you're very, very valuable. Freezy, you there?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, everybody in the chat. And my brothers in the video panel, we're going to be going on hiatus after tonight. will be returning on March 11th against the Bucks, but especially for my man Freezy, whose grind is legendary. He's going to be
Mm-hmm.
getting a little time to get some time to sleep, some time with Miss Mocha, and time for him to work on some exciting things that the Blarns Tears family will be bringing you. New content, new ideas, and it's incredibly exciting, and I'm really proud to be part of it. So just watch out in the near future what you're going to be seeing from our Freezy. So he's
Hey,
prolific.
Foxy,
Yep.
you mean ain't gonna be no Knicks at night? Oh God,
Not for a few days. You got to let us.
oh God,
Don't
it's
don't
my
don't. I know you guys are
that's
addicted,
terrible.
but don't you love us? We need a life too. My wife,
I know, I know.
my wife says, "Hey, you want to do something?" I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. And like, oh, you're all awake now, but it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to sleep. I know. I'm sorry. I'm on this weird
Oh
schedule,
man,
but it's worth it because I'm dedicated like Freezy is to our family. Brother BKL Contreras, hope all is well. Hey, peace out to you, man. All of you. L Marshall, thank you, man. Especially my Freezy. That his grind is legendary, and I don't know how he does it.
yes.
So
Salute,
we got to protect
Uncle
his health.
Freezy.
We want our Freezy around for a long time to come. So, hey, El Marshall, you're the all star. Everyone, like I said, this is your show. All of your feedback, all of your comments, your topics. It's I feel very, very blessed every night I'm on because I'm hanging with my family. You make it so easy that even though I got all these notes, there's times I go like, wow, I didn't even touch on so many of the notes because of all the stuff that you provide. Haddocken, thank you. You guys definitely deserve a break and good night. Hey, thank you, man. Hey, State, hope all is well. RJ All Star next season. Yep. So, fellas, ladies, in the chat, thank you so much. Much love. Have a great night. We'll see you. Sorry, but absence makes the heart grow fondest. So I think when we get back, you'll be
Oh
ready.
yeah,
But quiet money as always, man. I love hanging with you, Rob. I don't know if you hear me.
appreciate you.
Enjoy your thing. And Freezy, if I haven't told you lately, I love you.
Hey, love you back, boss.
All right, everyone, take care. Freezy's gonna take it here, as I always say. This time, ladies and gentlemen, time to introduce Knicks at Night After Hours. Take care,
After
everyone.
hours. Hey, what's good, fellas? Hey, what happened to G Money? G Money just dip out?
Mhm. He looked a little tired.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Hey, so I'm headed to the studio right now, so I won't be on audio.
Okay.
So what I was gonna ask, if y'all had something y'all want to chop it up about for a few minutes, man, that'd be dope if you want to do it right now. And then I'll probably be in the studio be on with video in like
Yeah.
6 or 7 minutes.
All right. Come on, Rob. You gonna hold it down, with me, right, Rob? Rob.
Yeah, Rob might be eating. Yeah, so the thing, so I heard a couple things, man, a few things. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of
Okay.
it I was
Yeah, I'm
kind of
here.
vibing to. Oh,
I
okay.
just got something on the stove. If you hear it cooking,
Nah, I can't hear nothing.
okay. So if you can't hear it, then good. Oh shit! Well, Freezy disappeared.
No, I'm here.
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm here.
So yeah, I was
I'm
thinking
about to get
about
on with I'm about to get
what
on with
about
video in a
old
few
boy
minutes.
from Graham from Charlotte,
How
the
much are you willing
guard,
to pay for him? How much are you willing to pay for him?
the point guard
Monte
from
Graham?
Charlotte. Yeah.
Wait. What's the situation?
Shoot. If you got Alonzo Ball, he gonna have a situation coming up soon. You got him and Rozier.
Okay, I got a question for you, Rob.
I just gave
Cause
you the question.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait, you're right. So my thing with him, the only thing I that might like deter me a little bit is his size.
What? He's six
Mm,
three,
No, he's
It,
6'1".
ah,
No,
six three
that's
he's small, Rob.
that's
for the point.
that's for the anything.
Yeah,
That's small, but it quickly taller than 6'1".
yeah.
I said he's 6'3".
He's not 6'3", Rob. He's six
I
one.
don't think he's 6'3".
Yeah, quickly
Maybe
6'3".
barely.
Quickly 6'3".
Just
Yeah, I
that
think
don't
quickly
mean
saw
Graham
that.
gotta be 6'3".
Quickly 6'3".
That don't mean Graham gotta be 6'3".
Graham is about
Yeah.
6'3".
No, Graham is not 6'3". Graham is 6'1".
So where would you play, Rob? Off the bench? Rob?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. Where would you play him? Who
Huh?
minutes he's taking from? Everybody want to take from Reggie Bullock, right? Reggie Bullock has to play
He's a
for
guard.
now.
He's a point.
Uh, he doesn't. He doesn't. What kind of point guard is he? He doesn't
Shoot
create.
first. Shoot first.
Man, I'm putting his name out there and you asking me all the questions.
No, but I'm kind of rebutting. I'm
I'm
rebutting what
just,
you're saying.
hey,
I'm not.
he's
I'm not. I
we
wouldn't look for
looking
him.
we looking for a point guard.
How
He
about?
was a
How about? Okay. How about from the same team, Malik Monk though?
nah. What we gonna
Nah,
use him for?
he's a two guard.
Yeah,
He's
we
a
got
two
RJ
guard.
over there.
But it's the same thing you gonna get Graham for to play two
No,
guard.
we got a vacancy. Cause
Oh
he's
no, you
not
said
the
you wanted to
long,
put him at point guard though, right?
huh?
You said you wanted to put Devontae Graham at point guard.
Yeah, he's a point.
They don't. They
The
don't even
problem
use him at
is
point guard
now they
over
got,
there.
look, he was their starting point guard last year. Now they got Alonzo Ball. Sooner or later, something gonna happen.
Okay, last year, how many assists did he average?
I think that wait, let me see.
Hey, check it out.
Okay. Graham, Charlotte Hornets stats. Devontae Graham. Okay. Let me see. Devontae Graham is
I don't care. I can't remember him ever passing to anybody.
yeah, he was a lottery pick.
I understand that, but I just can't remember him passing the ball. Like I don't. I all I can think of him is shooting, scoring.
No, he wasn't a lottery. He was the second round.
Oh,
He was from
oh,
Kansas.
okay. But how many assists did he average? You want to stick him
Okay,
at
I'm
point
getting ready to
guard?
pull up his stats now.
Okay.
13 points, 5 assists, 5.7 assists, 3
That ain't
rebounds.
bad. That ain't bad. That's not bad. How many minutes last year?
Uh minutes. Okay. Well, I got to get the let me go to the NBA joint for him.
Mm. He's kind of small, Rob.
All right, got you.
It
I
kind of
got
goes away because we already got quickly for that.
but I'm just saying, look, let
Mm.
me see. Okay. Okay, get he played 32 minutes a game. He played 35 one season.
Okay.
Okay, he don't turn the ball over.
No, because he shoots. He like quickly.
Nah, but he averaging 5 points, almost 6 assists a game.
That's kind of good. That's good. That's good.
You know, he's shooting from all right.
What he shooting from the three?
Wait, from 3 assists. He got a 27.4 assist ratio. All right. Oh, wait, when usage is 19, 24, and 16.
Oh, shit, bro.
Okay, well, now let me see what else he got here.
What's his percentages? The shooting percentages, like from the
I'm
field
getting
and
it.
from the
All
three.
right, I'm looking for that now. Okay. Oh, 38%. Wait. From 3, 37% from 3, 34. Oh, he ain't doing too good. Well, he only
Mm-hmm.
played 60 games
Now,
twice.
do me a favor. Do me a
It's
favor,
right
Rob.
about like at
All
Quickly's.
right.
You
Now do me a
except for
favor.
the
You don't shoot
assist.
94 from the free throw line, but
Huh?
I said do me a favor. Look at Malik Monk. Look, because I don't think you've looked at
Yeah,
him
but
lately.
Malik Monk
No,
is a
no.
2. We already got that.
Yeah,
I already know Malik Monk is nice,
but that no.
but this is his first season being nice. Don't get it twisted. This
No,
is his
I think
first season.
he's evolving.
Well, this is his first season. It's not like he been doing this thing for a minute now.
No, he's evolving. He's
Malik
evolving.
Monk. Yeah, I understand, Monk.
It's just like Randle wasn't like Randle was doing what he's doing before. He was like,
No,
he wasn't like this. He wasn't on this level.
no,
I
Randall was
think
still 25 again, 24, 25. What Randall did this time was just picked up the sticks and stretched it out. Malik Monk ain't in the same joint as Randall.
Malik, but I agree. But Malik Monk is balling, bro. He's
Yeah, I didn't say he
balling.
wasn't. He balling. He doing
it's
all right this year.
like how many minutes a game he's playing, and what's his percentages on three and from the field? I think
Oh, he's
he's
sitting
balling.
46 from the field and he shooting 43 from three.
Oh, God.
But he only playing 22 minutes a game.
He getting
So
it.
he ain't really
In 22 minutes. Only 22 minutes. He's averaging how much? How many points a game he's averaging?
He averaging 13 and 1.5 turnovers, 0 point. He ain't doing nothing on the defensive end, I tell you
No,
that.
that's his
He's
problem.
shooting 78% from the free throw line.
Okay.
Yeah, he doing all right. Yeah, he having a better year. I get that to him, but but we got
Yeah. But
that.
I wouldn't want to disrupt RJ.
Yeah, we
I
got
was so down on him before, but I see his progressions and he look like he's
a 20-year-old is a 20-year-old.
yeah, that's fact.
But people watch the Knicks every game, but they watch every other player on Sports Center, and they think that player is doing that much better every time they see it. But when you watch that player every day, you see what his tendencies are.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I just I'm impressed by the way he's kind of doing it on the fly. Like normally when a player improves, he improves
Yeah,
in the
now,
off season.
Monk doing all right. I had to give it to
No, I'm
him.
talking about RJ.
Oh yeah, RJ, but he gonna be up and down. He gonna still piss you off at times, but you gotta
Yeah,
just
because he's still
be
young.
patient
He's
with
still
him.
young. He's still young. But I like the improvement, the steady progression during the season. That's impressive to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's really impressive because his defense. He's not out there by himself. And being that he's the number two, every team know he's the number two guy. So they are geared to stop him somewhat, and he's still progressing. So
Yep.
I'm impressed with that. I'm really
Yeah, I'm
impressed with that.
watching it. They on right now. I'm watching the replay right now.
Oh, for the next game?
Yeah, on MSG.
Yeah, how much RJ had tonight?
I don't even remember. I think he had a good game though.
He had another good
I
game.
didn't check out his numbers at the end. They only
Yeah,
they in like the second quarter.
Mm.
Yeah, they're in the second quarter right now.
Yeah, I can't. Hey, are you like me? I can't watch a replay when we lose.
You can't what?
I can't watch the replay when we lose.
You know what? I'll watch it just to see what what players be doing, and
Yeah.
I watch it for the young players. I'll watch it when we
Okay.
lose just to see how they moving.
Yeah.
But I'll watch it.
It's hard for me to watch the game. I know we lost.
Now because it's a developing team, so it make it kind of
Yeah.
easy for me
Yeah.
to
You
do
gotta
it.
look at it different. You're right. You gotta start analyzing the young players, see what their growth is like, what they're
Yeah,
struggling with,
and that's
what
how
they're
you
getting
see, and
better
then
with.
making sure they ain't making that same mistake the next day or the next game.
Yeah.
And most of the time, they balling, they getting it done.
Yeah. I like the way RJ's correcting his mistakes. I'm really, really impressed.
Yeah,
I'm
coaching.
impressed, and Breeze.
That's
I'm impressed.
Yo,
I didn't think he could do it like that. I didn't think he would be doing it like that. But I should have known because he works hard. He works really hard. He tries really hard.
Yeah, that's that good coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Recognize what you did, correct it, move on.
Move
Hey,
on.
Priest.
Move on.
Hey,
Yo,
Priest. I mentioned
yo.
earlier that I think that the Knicks coaching staff don't get the recognition that they do. I think we have a really, really good coaching staff. Like
Yeah, man.
maybe top 5 in the league.
Wow, top
Yeah, but
five in the league.
they gotta
In the
they
Wow.
gotta
league,
keep on.
I think it's top
They ain't
5.
gonna get that recognition this early. It's
Yeah.
too
Well,
early.
when Vegas predict us to have the win record that they predicted, and we are by far passing that, I think it's time for them to start giving
But
props.
Vegas only go on what you did last year.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then plus
that's
Vegas
That's what they
doesn't.
basically
And
go
then
on. They
plus
look at
Vegas
you in the
going.
beginning of the season, what you did. You
yes.
added a 25th pick. You added another young player. What Randle did, they didn't expect what Randle did.
Yeah.
They didn't add
So
that to the
Vegas looked
equation,
at
and that's
us
why
winning
they played
17
themselves.
games. Vegas looked at us winning
They got
17
straight
games
played.
and then
So
21
now,
games. And then now
Randle
then it was
doing
like,
work. And then whoever made that bet like I did, that $100 I made,
What
that's
you
gonna
bet,
give me
Rob?
a that hundred
What
dollars
you
gonna
bet?
give me huh?
What was the bet you made?
That we be over 22.
Who bet with you?
You DraftKings. That's how you
You
bet.
could do it. I forgot. Oh, I forgot about that. I could have got me some money. I forgot about that.
Yeah, all of them little jokers.
Ah,
Yeah,
God, I didn't. It never dawned on me.
yeah. You get all that. Now
Uh,
they raised it up to I think they raised it to 27. So if you go over 27, I think you win again.
so how do you bet? What you have to wager?
Go on your phone, go
Uh,
to
I
DraftKings,
got DraftKings, but
set you up.
how did you wager? How did you do it? You bet how much did you put in?
I put 100 up.
Oh, you put 100 up,
Yeah.
and your 100 turned to what? What do they put up when you put 100 up?
Oh, if they go over under and if I get 30, if I get 31 wins, I get 550. Anything over, I'm gonna get 275. Anything under, I get 275. Anything under
275.
270, yeah.
That ain't
So yeah,
bad.
it's a good bet.
Yeah, it's a good bet. Definitely a good bet. Definitely a good bet. Yeah, I don't think that Still, the Knicks coaching staff, the whole front office is really good. They did a good job. They did a
yeah.
really good job. I don't think they're getting the recognition that they
Yeah, and you gotta credit
I
Leon
heard.
Rose.
Yeah, Leon Rose. Yeah, definitely.
Let them
Leon
get to the
Rose.
let them get to the let them get to the playoffs. You're gonna hear all about them.
That's coming. The
And then
Yep.
playoffs is coming.
you'll start hearing Thibodeau for coach of the year.
And you'll be
What?
hearing all the
Oh,
people
they
like,
coming.
yo, I've been a
Yeah,
Knicks
they're gonna
fan
be right
since.
there.
Yeah, they're gonna be on this bandwagon, and people like, nah, man, we've been doing a live stream since October, and we ain't heard a peep from you. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they say you can't
We've
bet
been here the
draft.
whole time.
They
Yeah.
said that you can't bet DraftKings in New York.
What?
Wow.
It's betting in New York though.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we can bet down
Nah,
here.
I bet you. They sent me the email. I got DraftKings. I'm in New York. I'm in
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn.
Well, Kaiser Sose said you could. That's what he just put there.
Yeah.
No, was it him that
Yeah.
said
I
that? No,
have
he
it. I
didn't say
have
that.
it. I have it.
Oh,
I have
oh
DraftKings.
no, he said you can bet DraftKings. You
You
can.
can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I have it. I have it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never used it. I never wagered anything. I never went to look what the wages are, what the bets are, but I have it. I remember when New York didn't have it though. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't use it. Like I had Yahoo Sports and I should do Yahoo Fantasy. And
Yeah.
got deep in the fantasy and it was a big one too. And although I was deep, I couldn't pull out anything. Like whatever I earned to
Um.
that point, I couldn't pull out anything because New York was banned from the gambling. They didn't
Oh
they
man.
that it was before they got it. That's a few years ago.
Right. Right. Right.
So what you wind up doing?
Oh, I can't do nothing. It's just for fun.
Oh, for fun. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it could be a paid league, but I can't get paid because New York didn't. It wasn't
Oh,
legal in New
okay.
York.
I got you. I got you now.
Yeah, that one. I was upset with that. I was
Oh
upset with
yeah,
that.
like they playing with your money.
Playing with my money. Hey, can't play a quiet money. Money, can't do that. Can't
Yo,
do that.
Rob, what you cooking?
Oh yeah.
Rob, what you cooking? You better not be scrambling eggs that long.
We got a little casino down here we go to.
What casino you go to, Rob?
We got a little casino that we
Rob,
have down here
Rob,
that we can go to
you
too.
go to the mountains?
It's called Cherokee
I
on
know
the Indian
Cherokee.
reservation.
Yeah, I know Cherokee.
Yeah,
You can
where
go
y'all
down
at?
there.
Hold on, wait, Freezy, where you at, Freezy?
I'm in South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
went down there last year with my girl.
Freezy in South Carolina.
yeah. So,
But it looked like he having trouble with his internet.
who me? I'm good.
Okay, let me see.
I'm super good. At least
I know.
it seems like it.
Yeah,
But yeah, we was talking yesterday about how could we trade for Cat without giving up Randle?
Impossible.
I'm about to say the same thing. Impossible.
Huh?
Impossible.
Impossible.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Dog.
is.
It's
No, it's
impossible. Okay.
What
Did
salary
Harden-
match we gonna have?
Okay, if Harden can leave Houston, he can leave there.
Oh, 3-team deal. Okay. Oh, I guess
Impossible.
it could. Well, a 3-team trade, crazy. What you think? You don't think a 3-team trade
I think
it could be done?
I think it'll cost
No.
the Knicks would probably have to they got the 15 mil. You only got to do 1 year. I think it could cost you Obi, Mitch, and
Quickly,
the Dallas picks
quickly,
from us.
quickly, RJ, 4 first-round picks.
Nah, you don't even have to give in quickly because you give up the
Yeah.
Dallas picks. You giving
Nah,
them.
you're gonna have to give him up.
No, you don't because
Yeah,
you're giving
man.
up first round picks. He was a 25. You giving up more.
But that's
No,
Towns. That's
Man,
Cat.
but look, you know what they got for Hart? What the Nets gave for Harden?
It was a 3-team deal. Rob.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You get another team involved.
That gets
Hey, Chris
complicated.
Shane, what's good? C-Mac.
No, it don't. It didn't get complicated for Brooklyn, did it?
Because Brooklyn wanted to get
JD,
him
what's
out
good?
of there.
Rob,
Brooklyn wanted to do what?
I mean,
Rob.
Houston wanted to get Harden going.
No, you got that wrong.
No,
Harden
Rob.
wanted out.
No, Rob. So what you saying? Your perspective.
Houston wanted to try to keep him. Harden said no.
So what Rob doing is just
so therefore that's why
random
he forced
trade
the trade.
superstar.
They didn't force the trade.
He's just saying Rob just saying random trade superstar.
So if Cat forced the trade, we just can't do
Rob,
it just
wrong.
on the straight
Rob,
up. He got to be wanting to come out.
Rob, the Knicks won.
And then if you compare him with Randle,
Rob, you wrong.
You be looking like something.
Rob, you wrong. See how Rob wouldn't even let me get in. I had to talk over him to even get in. So what I'm saying is this: you can't compare James Harden to Karl Anthony Towns because for one they play two different positions.
If you compare him with him, you be looking like quiet money.
Rob. So for one, you can't just legit say James Harden
good, but
Karl
like
Anthony
I said, he got to be wanting out. And if they keep on going 2-7, 7-25, he gonna want out.
Rob, you wrong, Rob.
And you know he's from Jersey anyway.
Rob, you wrong. You way off base.
You got to look at all that. But you got to you got to also keep the cap.
I ain't want to have to do that, but he forced me to do it. So I just muted Rob for a second just to finish my point, right? Because sometimes Rob won't let you get a word in, right? So ain't no disrespect. I ain't doing no shit at Rob, but sometimes you got to pass the mic a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he got up there as a circle, right?
So yeah. So what I was gonna say is this, man. You can't compare James Harden and Karl Anthony Towns because for one, they play two different positions, right? So one is a league MVP, and the other one plays a position that is hard to find a guy that's good, right? You legit only have like 4 star players at the center position, and they are Carl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, um, Joel Embiid, and who else is it? So you only
Jokic.
have
Jokic. Nikola.
Jokic. Yeah. So you only have like 4 star players at the position, right? But how many star players do you have at shooting guard?
A whole bunch.
A whole bunch of them, right? So you have a whole bunch of them, right? So the value in a Harden deal won't be the same value in a Cat deal because Carl Anthony Towns are rare, right? So it's like us saying we need to find us a pass first point guard. Hey man, they too rare. Most of the point guards we know want to shoot first. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is in a situation where a Carl Anthony Towns hits the block, you have to consider the rarity of dudes at his position that's going to put up the numbers that he puts up on a nightly basis, right? It's like considering how much is Jokic worth if you was to trade for him.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
How
can't
much?
trade for him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
tell Rob. And like I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Rob, but what I wanted him to do was listen to my side of it. Like centers like Carl Anthony Towns are so rare that you're not going to give a team spare parts. You're not a
Nope.
team is not going to accept spare parts for a position for a position that is so rare that they come along once every 5 to 6 years, right? So even if you give them first round draft picks, the odds on them drafting a Carl Anthony Towns is rare, is small.
Yep.
And so even if
Unfortunately,
you give them, if you give them 3 first round picks and
you're
the
not
OB
gonna get one.
and equivalent, you're not gonna find
Nope.
another Carl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we legit know the taller you get, the less likely it is that you can walk and chew bubble gum at the same
At
time.
the same time.
You know what I'm saying? So the taller you get, you know what I'm saying, the more likely you'll wind up being JaVale McGee versus being Carl Anthony Towns. You know what I'm saying? And so in a James Harden deal, even though James Harden is the league MVP, you know what I'm saying, and he's a 30-point per game scorer, you could find another 30-point per game scorer at his position. Bradley Beal.
Yep.
Bradley Beal scores 30 points per game, just off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? But Carl Anthony Towns, a dude that when healthy is a 25 and 13 guy at center that can shoot 40% from 3. How many dudes are there in the league that'll do that? 25 points a game, 13 rebounds, and 40% from 3. How many in the league can do that right now at center? None. It's only one. It's only Carl Anthony Towns. So Minnesota taking quickly OB in a first round pick or so.
Still ain't enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough. I ain't mean to run Rob off. I just wanted Rob to hit me out on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to forcing that fake deal down my throat.
But no, you was in the hey Freezy, your picture wasn't even up. You was in the circle. We couldn't even see you.
No, dog.
I
was yes.
Oh, I couldn't
saw
even
him.
see you.
Yes. That's what I was saying. I was like,
that's
Rob,
why
let me
I
finish.
didn't even know. I didn't even know that it was my internet was getting. I could see Quiet Money, but I couldn't see you.
I was like, Rob, listen, let me finish. Rob, let me finish.
That's why he was
You didn't
doing
hear
that.
that?
Look,
Yo,
I
Freeze,
didn't hear
that's
one word.
that's why he was doing that, Freeze. And
Yeah.
he couldn't see you.
Yeah, I couldn't even see you.
Because I was like,
you was being rude, Rob. We thought you
right.
was being rude.
I was like, just let me finish. I didn't want to go for too long. I just wanted to say my piece.
Oh no. Hey, Freezy, I didn't even see you. I had a circle with your
was
picture.
crazy.
I could see Quiet Money, but I couldn't see you. I said, why was I muted? I thought I was just talking to him.
How about that?
No.
We was like,
no, it wasn't
Rob
even
will
that.
let Freezy get in.
Yeah.
It was like, it was like, no, you know how like when all the screens go and you get the black circle? I had that. I didn't see you. I didn't even see your emblem.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I didn't know nothing. I thought it was just me and you. I didn't even know Freezy was there.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, let me get my piece in so I can get out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
Oh no, I didn't. Look, I didn't even hear you, Freezy, at all.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
see you or hear you.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna get out the way for a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just do something real quick, but I'm coming right back.
No
Right.
problem.
So y'all okay wrapping up at about 3 o'clock?
No problem.
Yeah. Well, that's about 20 minutes. We good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
So what I wanted to do is so I heard Quiet Money say some stuff, man, throughout the thing. But unfortunately, when you have a lot of people on, sometimes you get cut off in your thoughts. You don't get to, finish your
Yeah.
thought. So Quiet Money, if you want to finish a couple of those thoughts that you had, and that in that 12 o'clock hour, you was trying to say some stuff, and we was just,
It be
how it
like
is in the
that.
conversation. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. I'm gonna back out the way for a few seconds.
No problem.
Okay, because I didn't even hear what he said. I
That
didn't.
was too funny.
Look. I swear, it was a circle going on. I could see you, and then that's why I
Okay,
was
that was
like,
too
oh,
funny.
I was like, how I get muted because he was a circle on mine, but I did have the thing to say internet connection, but I thought it
Yeah.
was his. I thought he
Nah,
was trying to
it
get
was me,
on,
Rob.
and he
That was
couldn't.
funny, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was. It sounds so crazy.
Nah, I
It
was
sound,
just I just want to just say my little piece for like 30 seconds and get out the way.
that was
Oh,
so
okay.
funny.
Because
Never
I
heard you.
told you I was in the middle of trying to cook. I would have let him rock and step to the
You
stove.
stepped to
I'm
the
going back
stove,
and
man.
forth to the stove.
Yeah, what you cooking, Rob? Yes, what he asked you. So, what you cooking?
Oh
I
man, I'm
asked
making some
Lately, be
spaghetti
cooking,
right
brother.
quick.
I asked you. I
Some
was like, yo,
spaghetti.
you better not. I was like, yo, you better not be scrambling eggs for 30 minutes because I don't want none of them.
Nah,
If you scrambling eggs for 30 minutes, no, thank you, man. I'm good.
nah. I was watching the meat, and that's why I was going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yo,
Yeah,
Freeze, you
man.
still there? He stepped off. Yeah,
Nah, I'm here.
yo, Freezy.
I wanted to let you eat.
Yeah, yo, Freezy. Rob said he was watching the replay. And I told Rob, I said, when the Knicks lose, it's really hard for me to watch. I can't watch a replay.
Right,
I can't watch it. I can't watch
right,
it.
right.
It's painful. I can't do it.
I
he said
watch.
he
I'm gonna,
I
I'm gonna.
watch
turned
it for
into a
the young
scout when he do
boys.
it. He turned into a
Some,
scout.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the wins are hard for me to watch
Some of the
because
wins.
I'm like, yo, we'll play a playoff team or a team that with a similar record than us,
Yeah.
and what we'll do, we'll be like a cat playing with a mouse. Like the mouse has conceded, right? The mouse legit has conceded. The mouse is legit looking at you like, dog, I lost. But the cat will keep playing with it to let the cat know that it's dominant, right?
Yeah.
But the cat won't kill the mouse. The cat won't kill. That's what the Knicks do sometimes.
That's what
And
it
what
is.
happens is the mouse winds up getting away from the Knicks, from the cat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dog it.
That's what
We were basically playing with our food. You know what I'm saying? And what we should have been doing is putting that team away. Like the
Nah.
Oklahoma City Thunder. Like
Oh,
that Thunder game, yo, we should have legit beat that team by 35,
Yeah.
right?
nah.
But what we did was we was like, oh, they don't have no bigs out here. We ain't gonna box out. And they guards wound up out rebounding our whole team.
I remember.
Yeah, so you like, how is this random dude continuing to get rebounds and putbacks on us? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And so
to their credit, Freezy, they kind of cleaned up on that.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
kind of cleaned
No,
up on
no,
that.
no. You talking about the Knicks, right? No,
The
I
Knicks,
agree,
yeah.
but that's after the fact. What I'm saying, it
Yeah,
happened.
that was after the fact, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is there are a lot of games, man, where like the Phil like the not the Philadelphia game. I'm sorry, the Toronto Raptors game, right?
You
The
should have
Raptors
spanked
game in
them.
Florida. The Raptors game in Florida. The only reason why they even beat us is because they were getting offensive rebounds and kick out for three, right?
That was for
But
three.
they could not generate offense against us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Frederick, what's good? But if you watch, they could not get into an offensive set against us. We smothered them. But when they missed a shot, they would get the rebound, and some random dude would be like wide open for
Oh
three, and they'll find
God.
them. Like Fred Van Vliet was wide open like 5 times.
Oh, that was killing me. That game was horrible.
Yeah,
I can never watch a replay of that game.
yeah, and so at the same time, you like, well, we making a miss, and Fred Van Vliet too little to come down here. But they would beat us, and look, they would beat us to the ball by inches. I'm not saying we didn't hustle. What I'm saying is if they would barely beat us to the rebound and they would kick it out to an open shooter and knock down a wide open three. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're
Yeah,
gonna have so sometimes you're just gonna have nights like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I think
So
you can't. I think you can't forget that we're a young team. They're still learning a lot. There's
yeah.
still a lot of learning going on, Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Can't
why
forget
that's what I'm
that.
saying. That's what I'm saying when people say, "Oh my God, the schedule is so tough." Dog, if you watch that first Raptors game, you know Toronto legit could not get into offense again. I mean, they
They was
couldn't
not
get
supposed to win.
right. But they got a lot of lucky breaks go
Got
their
lucky.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
And now when we see them on the schedule, people are like, "Oh my God, I'm scared of Toronto." Really? Y'all scared of Toronto? We
No,
was smothering them
no.
boys. I mean, they scared of Miami. Really? Y'all scared of Miami? The referees had it in for us in game one. In games and then in game
So
two.
let me ask you a question, Pete. And you're a real knowledgeable dude. I love your takes. I love listening to you. Let me ask you a question. Is it just me, or and I hate to sound sexist, but these female refs, uh, I've never seen refereeing that bad.
Right.
And why there's so many?
Right.
What's going on, Pete?
So
I'm
so the thing
impressed.
is, I don't have like I'm not sexist or whatever, right? And you
Me
either,
neither. I'm not. I'm
right?
not. I'm
Right.
not.
But that Lisa Stansfield chick, the chick that looked like Lisa Stansfield,
Oh,
she
yeah.
got it out for us.
What's
She
going on?
legit has a grind, extra grind with us because the Indiana game, the game we beat Indiana, not the one that just passed, but the one before
Yeah.
that, right? She legit looks as if she has an axe to grind with the Knicks because RJ Barrett waved at Oladipo as he was headed to the perimeter. She called a foul, and on the replay, RJ wasn't even within 2 feet of Oladipo at the free throw line as he shot, and it was a pump fake, and she gave him the continuation on a pump fake. That should have been if you're gonna call a foul, which you shouldn't have. It should have been a foul on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So and she was doing that all game, right? And then we had her in the Heat game. Jimmy Butler looked at Julius Randle like, bro, I didn't pay her. She just giving me the calls. When you legit go back, when you go back to it, Jimmy Butler shrugged his shoulders. Julius Randle was so mad. Jimmy Butler was laughing like, bro. I mean,
Yeah, he's
would you want?
laughing. I
Would you
think I
want me?
saw that.
Would you want me to? You want me to turn down these calls? I mean, what? That's the game. Bam
Yeah.
Adebayo. Bam Adebayo.
Oh, he went to the line
Got,
1,000 times.
yeah, and had 0 fouls called on him. So he got
He's mad
16 free
physical.
throws. He was 13 and 16 for the free throw line, but 0 fouls called on the starting center of an NBA team. Think about that. 0 calls on a center. Come on, man. Come on, man.
So basically, why are we getting all the female refs for our games? First of all, it seems like it's almost as much females as it has been. Like it can't be, but they have a good number because every game that we play, I see a female ref.
Yeah,
Every game, I can't remember a game where we didn't have, unless it was a televised game. So it's a big game. But for the most part, it's always a female referee doing our
yeah,
games and not
yeah.
giving us calls.
And not giving us calls.
Oh
And
God.
so we got one favorable call last night. When Dennis Smith Jr. got that tech, right? When Dennis Smith Jr. got that tech in the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
that was kind of random. We were like, why
Yeah,
you?
that was kind of weird. That was
Yeah,
kind of
that
weird.
yeah. But aside from that, man, we don't get calls. And the funny thing is, we would be blowing teams out like we were blowing Boston out, and Boston was getting all the calls. We beat Boston by 30. We could have legit beat them by 45. You
Could
know what I'm
beat them
saying?
by 45.
Yeah. Because that was the game. That was the Kemba Walker return game, right? Remember Boston
Yeah,
made a big deal. Oh, Kemba Walker is back. You know what I'm
we
saying?
didn't
All
do
that,
nothing.
and they did nothing. That's okay. He did that.
Yeah,
One, and he wound up leaving that game too, by the way.
yeah, how you feel about Brian Scalabrine? It's comical. Have you
Yeah,
have you ever listened to Boston commentary during the game?
yeah.
That is some of the most biased commentating
And
I've
he hates
ever
the Knicks
heard in
too,
my
by the
life.
way. And they hate
He's
the
what?
Knicks too, by the way. They
Yeah.
hate the Knicks. Yeah, and so the dude said one time the dude was like, "Did you see Clyde Frazier's suit today?" And I'm like, "Wow,
Oh.
wow, y'all hate the Knicks that bad that y'all even picking on the legends. Even the legends can't get no love. You know what I'm saying?" So I'm like,
Oh
man, you
man.
know what? Yeah, they hate the Knicks, man. But I mean, it's like whatever. It's like whatever. We hate like a lot of us hate Boston. I hate Boston and I hate the 76ers, right?
Yeah.
Some people hate the Pacers and the Heat. I don't hate the Heat in the sense that they're our rival. I hate the Heat because they're bougie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you remember, the Heat were down. Rob, you remember that finals game? The Heat were down to San Antonio like 7 points with like 4 minutes to go, and all the Heat fans left. Remember that the Heat fans were leaving the
Oh yeah,
game.
they got
I
locked
remember
out.
that. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
and then the Heat took the lead and they tried to get back in.
Yeah, they was locked out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, how in the world are you leaving early a finals game? Your team down by 7 points with 5 minutes to go.
That was
Yeah,
terrible. So
You,
they're
you know
trying
what
to
I'm
beat
yeah.
saying?
traffic.
That's where they missed the shot. Ray.
Yep, yep. They missed the Chris Bosh block. Remember the Chris Bosh block on Danny Green?
Yep.
And then
Yeah, I
Ray Allen
saw
hit the
that.
three to win it. Yeah, yeah. They
Boy,
missed
you had
all
to
the
be a sick fan to be there and miss that.
yes.
You
Mm.
had to be sick. I think I would have switched teams after that because I couldn't show no loyalty. I
Right,
would have had to find a new team. That would have
Yeah,
hurt
that
me
was
too
terrible.
much.
right, man. The fan base. That's what I'm saying.
They
I hate
was banging on the door. They was trying.
trying to get back in. Yeah, nah, y'all ain't coming in. Y'all ain't coming in.
I ain't
A Knicks
coming back in
fan.
here.
Can you imagine a Knicks fan leaving a finals game with 5 minutes left to go and you only down by 7?
It'll
That's
never
a
happen.
that's a
Yeah,
three
that's
It'll
what they.
possession
never happen.
game.
And then they started like, and then they was leaving all the way up until the shot.
Right.
Man, you saw them. That was funny. They showed them walking out,
Yeah.
and then they showed them trying to come back in.
But they always said that Miami fans wasn't loyal. They
They
always
can't
They
said
are.
that
win.
They're
about
fair weather.
Miami.
They're
That's
fair
that's
weather
one thing.
fans.
That's what it
Mhm.
is. Down south. Down south is
Down
the
south.
teams down here. They fair weather fans. When you talk about the Charlotte Hornets,
Mm-hmm.
the Panthers. Well, the Panthers are probably the most. The Carolina Panthers is probably the most loyal fan base out of any. I'm talking about the Braves. I'm talking about the Hawks. I'm talking about the
Mm.
Heat. I'm talking about the Dolphins. I'm talking the Magic. I'm talking about all of them. All the down south teams. Yeah, the Pelicans. All of them. The most loyal, in my opinion, is the Carolina Panthers because I remember one game, the Panthers, one game the Panthers one season the Panthers were like 4-11, and I think the Saints were coming, and I tried to get a seat, a couple of tickets to go see the Panthers and the Saints, and the lady kept because I tried to do it online, the lady was like, "Nah, ain't no more seats available." So I called, she was like, "No, it's sold out," and I'm like, "How is it sold out when it might snow? The Panthers 4-11, and the Saints about to make the playoffs." And she was like, "The seats. I'm sorry, sir. They just sold out."
You knew you
And then,
had one, huh?
yeah, and at the same time, the Hawks were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Not the same day.
Wow.
I'm just saying for example, the Hawks were
Yeah.
playing the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron in them, right?
Mm.
I called. I looked online. I saw the seats, right? And the seats were like 350 a piece. So I was like, man, I ain't paying no 350 a piece for no tickets. So I call and I'm like, yo, I want to get tickets in such and such seating area. She was like, you can get 4 tickets for $175 a piece. I was like, book it. You know what I'm saying? And I could sit 5 rows. I could sit 5 rows behind LeBron James on game day is when I call.
On
On
game
game
Mm.
day.
day.
You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
No
yeah. So
fans.
they crazy, man. And can you imagine what I would have had to pay if I'd have called MSG to get tickets 5 rows behind LeBron on game day?
Mm-mm.
Rob, what I'd have to pay? What?
Oh, you what?
What? 27?
3,000, 3,500?
Yeah, yeah, a
Yep.
piece, right? Or something like
3,000.
that. And,
Over
and, and they would
3,000.
have gave me the concessions. They'd have been like, yeah, you get your hot dogs and your free beverage and all of that for the first one, and then you'll pay for everything after that. They'd have gave you something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
but it
bro,
wouldn't have been worth it.
right? No,
That's no
I'd have paid
3,000.
$3,800 for a $6 hot dog.
Man, I
You know what
go,
I'm saying?
hey, Freeze. I go right there to to the Charlotte Stadium, see the Knicks play, sit, mess with a scalper, sit right behind them for about $80 a ticket.
$80, right,
Wow.
And sit right behind them,
right. And
You
then
still got
all you gotta
scalpers
do
out there?
right out front,
right out
right out,
front.
right out.
I'm not even sure. It's been so long since I've been to a game in New York.
Yo, right, and so they can't be by the ticket booth, right? But there's a space where when you leave the parking lot and walk through these gates, right? And then it's like this wide open spot, and dudes be out there. You know what I'm saying? You looking for tickets? You looking for tickets? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever.
And they say something like this here. I need a ticket, but they had the tickets.
Right, right, right,
That's
They
the
be like, who
side.
got tickets? Who got
right,
tickets?
right.
Hey, fellas, how y'all feel about Max Kellerman right now? This is
He's a
annoying.
clown.
Yeah,
I
he a
don't
clown.
like him. I don't like him.
Yeah,
I
he a
don't like
clown.
him.
I don't like Stephen A because he's a
Wait,
phony Nick fan.
wait. Did you guys see the interview with him and CP from
Oh
Knicks
yeah,
Nation?
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I much love, much love.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah, CP
he went
handled.
in on him.
He handled him.
Yeah, much
He handled him.
yeah, much love to CP, man. I really like CP, man. I think he do a great job with his show and all that stuff, man. But Max Kellerman is a fraudulent villain, right?
Yeah,
He's a fraudulent villain, right? So he ain't even tough enough to be a real villain, right? He don't even earn his stripes.
he don't.
He a fraudulent villain. Like, hey, I'm gonna be the villain because we need ratings, right? Like
Yeah.
with me,
Yeah.
like with me, sometimes I'll be the villain. Like I had to be the villain with G Money earlier, right? Because G Money was like, yeah, man, the most underrated man, the most underperforming team. I'm like, yo, how you gonna say that? And you on the Knicks channel, bro? We won 21 games last year, yo. You gotta tighten up, man. You know, and no disrespect to G Money, it's just and that you know how it is when you have a certain
Yeah.
thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like with me, I feel like a villain is one that you have a certain level of disdain for. Like Max Kellerman is a pretty boy, well dressed, you know what I'm saying, clean looking, clean cut guy who wants to be in that villain role because nobody else will occupy that seat. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Default villain.
he the default villain, right?
Hey, Freezy, when we gonna do the first half report cards for the team?
I'm not for sure, Rob. I was gonna ask you when are me and you gonna do a video together where me and you and I can just get together and talk and and no disrespect to nobody else, but it's just like me and you where me and you can chop it up and then we
Oh,
can post a video.
oh, look, I'm
That'll be
off
dope.
next week. Anytime next week, I'm off the whole week.
So
Okay.
wait. So Freezy, what's this I hear about the high haters?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is like after we finish this live stream, I'm not gonna do another live stream until the next Knicks game, which would be next Thursday, the 11th, right?
Next time.
And so what that's going to do is that's going to give us some time to work on because we're working on shows behind the scenes, but we can't work on them because we do
Knicks
the
at night.
live stream in the
The
morning.
morning
Yeah,
drive. Yeah.
we do the next morning drive. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time I get off of that, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking to Ghetto Intellect, Free Keith, Stephen Fox, Cav W.
Oh God.
Working with all these cats behind the scene. Then I lay down and take a nap. Before you know it, I gotta go to work, and then I'm doing the Knicks at Night podcast, like trying to monitor that. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't have time to put the shows out. Like
You right.
there's the
I get it.
Knicks freestyle, Knicks versus
Oh,
Stephen
God.
Fox has got a show coming out, and
Oh,
me
you
and me, yeah, yep, and me and Hoodie Kev have this thing called the Pick and Roll podcast that we're gonna do, and I was trying to do something with Rob too, so that we can put out these joints. You know what I'm saying? Like produce them, edit them, and put the videos on the channel so people can watch them. You know what I'm saying? In between,
dope.
like when they watch, yeah. So the channel
dope.
will always be up and running. Like you can always get some kind of content
Content.
off
Some
off
content.
the
Of course.
channel. But the reason why we can't do that as scheduled is because
Because
we
you're
always
human.
rocking and rolling. Yeah, we always
You're
rocking and rolling.
human, man. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask you, how do you do it?
yeah,
How do you
yeah,
do it, brother? Yo,
yeah,
you
man.
like non-stop. You
Yeah,
go
man.
from Knicks at night, and then an hour. Like sometimes sometimes we go late because we be vibing,
Right.
and you right onto the morning drive. Hey,
Yeah.
I was
But
out there,
yeah,
and I'm like, this guy's crazy.
it's because the Lawrence Tears family is thick. Like thanks to people like Rob the Nick, you know what I'm saying, and others that come on, they legit hold it down in spots where others can like take that little small break, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
get some sleep or do some other stuff. So it's like, the Knicks at Night podcast is Foxy, it's me, Foxy, Rob the Nick, Hoodie Cav, and some others. And we don't always agree on stuff. I'm not saying
No, of
that.
course not.
You know what
That's what
I'm saying?
makes it spicy.
But what we do though is we're consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like we consistent. Like we come on.
It's all
Like the one
good.
night, one night somebody said something to Rob and Rob went off and he was talking all night and wouldn't let nobody else get a word in. And I was like, and they was texting me behind the scenes like, yo man, say something to Rob the Nick. I was like, no, that's my man. He's going off on me. You know what I'm saying? Hoodie Cat was like, Rob won't let me talk. And I'm like, no,
Wait,
man, let Rob eat. You know what I'm saying? Let Rob eat, man. Rob don't let
I
me
got
talk.
another question for you, please. Since I got you on, because I never get on while you on. I got another. How did you find Foxy?
Foxy hit me up, right? So
He
when
hit you up? Wow.
we first started in October. It was
Okay.
me, Teddy Flat, God of Moses and Elijah, and Nick G. Right? Nick
Okay.
G was doing things on his channel, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do a channel. I just want to get on live stream real quick. You know what I'm saying? See what it turned into, right? And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this thing to YouTube because I see because at the time I was seeing, in my opinion, I was seeing a bunch of busters on YouTube, like a bunch of busters talking Nick stuff. They ain't even from New York or ever been to New York, right? But they in Oklahoma trying to do a Knicks overview, right? They like, well, I look at the box score and such and such, and I'm like, man, these jokers whack. You know
So
what I'm saying?
original.
So I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring it to YouTube, and so I was recruiting the whole time. The whole time I was recruiting the people in the Knicks Twitter thread. Chuck B, Free Keith,
Yeah.
Woodshed 1914, JB, Trace, Rick Wall, a whole bunch of people. I was like, yo, let's take this conversation to YouTube. And it was like, man, Uncle Freezy, it'll never work. And I was like, I promise
What?
you it'll work, dog. Yeah. They was like, it'll never work. It'll never work. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, you ain't gonna never be able to get cats like Ronald Miller, Delano Steele, Frederick to tune in all the time. And I was like, they was like legit, like, yo, you'll never get Big Oso to tune in every time you come on. And I was like, yo, what we'll do is instead of them, getting fixed on me, we'll let them know that this is a family affair. Like it's not just
Exactly.
about Uncle Freezy, but it's about Rob the Nick. It's about Stephen Fox. It's about Hoodie Kev. You know what I'm saying? And in the mornings is GI,
Yeah.
Free Keith, and a whole bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what it is, so we have like this family atmosphere that like say I give you an example, right? Say for instance, I want to say in the live stream at 3, but you like,
Mhm.
nah, man, I just want to chop it up for a few more minutes, man. And I'll say,
Yeah.
I tell you what, Quiet Money, what I'll do is I'll move out of the way and I'll just let you chop it up until 4 o'clock. And not let you, but move out of the
Yeah.
way so that you can get in your bag
Yeah.
until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People are like, yo, you trust people like that? I'm like, yeah, most people, for the most part, are good people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They just want to have a platform where they can, what I'm saying, have they say. And I don't have a problem with that.
That's
So
cool. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all that you do, bro. Like
yeah,
this
yeah.
channel, Knicks at Night, is this is something like. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you because I lost my train of thought. How many podcasts, how many other YouTube live streams come on at this time?
Uh, I'm not for sure.
I don't
I'm
see any. Like
right,
sports, I don't see any.
And so the reason why we do it is because there were like a few um um podcasts coming on at like that weird between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock time. So
Mm.
I didn't want to get into get
Yeah,
into
yeah,
competing with anybody else
yeah.
for views. And at the same time, I didn't want to rock the boat with them. If that was what they were doing already, I let them
Let them
live.
rock. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, yo, what we'll do is so Legion of Knicks podcast used to come on, and I was like, well, what we'll do is we'll come on 30 minutes after Legion of the Knicks podcast. Come on, that way if he run over, you know what I'm saying, we'll still be in a safe place. So at
Gotcha.
first we was trying to do 11. 11 didn't work. Then we was trying to do 12. 12 didn't work. So 11:45, you know what I'm saying, we started at 11:45, and people was vibing to it. People was legit, and I know that's a weird time, but it's the time that people vibe to. So instead of forcing people to change their habits, we just get in where we fit in.
Facts.
You know? Yeah.
Great idea. It was a ingenious idea. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And some nights, man, it'll be 10 people. It'll be 10 people in the video chat. Everybody screaming to the top of their lungs. It sounded like the Jerry Springer show.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
I like
but
it. This
instead
is
of
lit. I have so much fun, man.
yeah,
It's so entertaining.
yep,
Rob always have me laughing. Rob and Hoodie Kev always have me laughing. These guys make me laugh every time they get on. Just
right,
that by his voice makes me laugh
right.
alone.
And so we'll snap. And so what we'll do is we'll snap off the path and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like we legit talk about cereal. Like,
Yeah,
what's your
I
top
seen
five
it.
cereals? What's your top five
Uh-huh.
movies? And what that does is it keeps everybody kind of interested and keep them like that
Yeah.
because they know the conversation can legit just about go anywhere. We don't have like a specific place.
A
We
set
want to talk
format.
Knicks.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
we want to talk Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But say if we start talking about sneakers, right? If we said
Yeah.
like what's your like Uncle Freezy, what's your favorite sneaker of all time, right? I'm like, I can't name a favorite sneaker of all time. I'll give you my top five. And then as soon as you say your
And that
top
opens up
five,
so many other doors. Yeah.
everybody starts speculating. Like how you gonna say the Nike Cortez or how you gonna say the Jordan the ruby red Jordan 11s? You know what I'm saying? Or how you gonna say the black and yellow Jordan 12s? You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I,
So,
I got another question for you. I got another question for you. Like, I've been listening to you for a while since I've come across your platform,
uh,
and
so
you
so
sound
this is
very
our
intelligent.
so this is our platform.
Oh
This
no,
is
okay,
our
okay.
platform. So
But
this ain't
back
mine.
to a point. It's okay.
I
I get
just
it. I get it. But back to you. You sound really intelligent to me. Like you have some type of maybe college. Have you went to
yeah
college?
yeah.
How many years?
I got some. So I have some. So I have about four plus years. So in this weird thing, I'm debating to whether I want to get 5 plus years. 5 plus. I started one thing and then I didn't finish.
Hmm.
Then I got a 4 year degree. So I didn't
Okay.
do 4 years first and then a year plus after. I actually did a year plus first and then did 4 years. And I'm contemplating whether to get a master's degree in something, but I don't know at this point. I don't know if I want to spend that energy and money doing that, and it would take away from me doing the Knicks Morning Drive, the Knicks at Night podcast, and some
Okay.
other stuff. So
Uh,
yeah,
understood.
so the timing might not be right for that,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. And then plus, if I sound smart, it's because I've over the years I listened to a lot of people. You got to be humble enough to when somebody else is speaking to listen to what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the stuff that we learn is not through our personal experience, but the echoes of wisdom from other people that have been there and done that.
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Yeah, that's one. I always thought like this. Like I hear you talk. I'm not sure if everyone else picks up on it, but I'm like, this guy is really smart. Like he's really smart. I think it
I
goes
like to
over a
listen.
lot of people's head.
I like to
But I
listen to
know. I'm
y'all
like, this
though.
guy's really smart. Huh?
So I like to listen. I like to listen to y'all. So what I'll do is I'll listen I'll tell you. So I'll give you an example, right? I listen to Rob the Nick a lot. He don't realize it. I listen to Stephen Fox a lot, right? They don't realize that a lot of times when I'm off the screen and I'm just listening, taking into account what they said,
Yeah.
and sometimes I agree, and sometimes I disagree, right? But I listen. You know what I'm saying? I listen. I hear them out on what they have to say.
Yeah.
And so, in doing that, I pick up on some stuff because when I first, and like a lot of people, when you first hear somebody say something and they go against what you already know, you're like, nah, he wrong. You know what I'm saying? But then if you listen to him, if you hear him out, you're like, okay, I never thought about it like that.
See,
So he may not be wrong. We just may have a difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? So if we have a difference of opinion, why is my opinion right and his opinion wrong? So I have to think about that. Like, okay, why is my opinion right? So this is the way I think about it. And I go to Rob and be like, yo, the Cat deal is not exactly what you think because Cat is a unicorn. James Harden is run of the mill, kind of.
That's a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So you'll get less for Harden than you would get for a Cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think like it's no way you can trade for Cat without trade Julius Randle. I mean you got to get another third team
You're
involved.
not gonna get more for Cat than you gonna get for Harden. I don't agree.
No,
This
no,
man
it's
is
like
a
who's gonna make the
this
trade?
man this man is a three-time MVP runner
how
up.
old is Harden? How old is Harden now?
Harden right now about what? He about 30?
31. How old
What,
is Cat?
30?
How old is Cat right now?
25?
So you got 10 more years of Carl Anthony Towns' prime.
You got five. Then you probably got five more Harden. But
Mm-hmm.
on the trade, if you ready to win right now, I'm saying just like this here. If he got unhappy and he wanted to leave, what the Knicks would have to give up, I'd say was the Dallas pick. You're giving them a center and you're giving them a first round draft pick.
They
And
gonna
then
want
when
more
that
than that,
other
Rob.
team, but listen. When the other team comes into play, they're going to get something from them. And then we're going to give something to that team.
Yeah, but how much we got to give?
Right,
Without
Rob,
depleting
I'm
our
here to.
team.
Oh, we got a lot to give. We strapped.
We got a
We
lot to give.
strapped.
But what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying is,
Freezy.
James, Carl Anthony Town trade starts with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
No bet.
Yeah, I believe
It
so.
starts with
No
that.
bet. Then it's not worth us making the trade.
That's
I
why
know
it's not
that.
gonna happen.
That's what we're saying.
But
That's
I'm
what I'm saying.
saying, if he's now look, this is what y'all fail to realize. When a player, the NBA is run by players. Most definitely. It's not like any other
That's a
sport.
fact. That's a fact.
When
Rob,
see,
before you finish, I want to show you this. How fly is that right there?
those are those are nice right there. Yeah,
Where you going, Freezy?
I could put
Where you
those
going? You got a
on.
wedding? Where you going?
Nah, man, I live down south. I live down south, so I wear
It's
that.
always that weather.
Yeah. So Rob, what about this right here? Look,
Oh, wait.
Nick
Look
Cannon
at
style,
him.
baby. Nick Cannon. I got me a suit. Right, I ain't even put on yet. Brand new. I'm gonna rock this.
Hey,
Right.
look.
Look at that. You see how that glisten?
Hey, look. Hey, Freezy. I got those in purple. I got them in purple.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna definitely show out for the young, because the youngins be like,
Where you going?
Man, that ain't every day. That ain't every day
I
wear.
know. I said, where you going when you put it on? Well, you got somewhere.
When I put them on, I don't know, man. I'll probably save them for like some church event or something.
You gonna put them on ice, man.
Because the old timers, they ain't much older than me. Like they in their 70s, right? They like 15, 16 years older than me.
Wait,
But
Freezy, hold on, Freezy, wait. You said the old timers ain't much older than you. They in their 70s, brother.
right.
I know you're not that old.
So no, so let me finish. Let me finish the joint.
Yeah, man.
So what they'll say is hey, young fella, I've been to the soup place. I'm gonna be clean Saturday night. And I'll be like, hey, old man, you better take your medicine because I ain't want you falling out of here. You know what I'm saying? So they be jabbing me, right? They be like, y'all be spending that money on the wrong stuff. Y'all got to get y'all wardrobe together. And the reason why they say that, no lie, because I went to an event where it was black suit and tie, right? But
Okay.
instead of wearing say black Kohans or something, I wore I rocked some black sneakers, some Jordan 11s, all
Oh
black,
no.
right? They said black shoes. They said black shoes, right? So Jordan 11s, they black. I
You
come
put on
in,
11s?
yeah, yeah,
Nah, you
yeah,
lying, man.
yeah, with the black suit and tie, right? And so the young fellas, the young fellas, they the 30 and unders, they like,
Yeah.
yo, look at Uncle Freezy, look at he rocking a Jordan 11s, that's fine. Because they look at me as one of the old timers, right?
Yeah.
They're like, and I be like, dog, I'm not an old timer, man. I'm just not y'all age. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not in my 70s or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's for that crowd. The 70-year-olds, they got their own swag. Like they
Oh,
legit,
swag.
they legit will. So Rob will probably know something about this. They'll leave where we live at. I live in the PD area, right, of South Carolina. It's by Dillon, Myrtle Beach, Columbia, all of
Okay,
that,
Myrtle
right?
Beach. All right,
Th-
cool. Got
Yeah, so they'll leave from here and they'll drive all the way to Virginia to a shoe store and buy them a pair of shoes. They'll call up there. They're like, "You got such and such shoes and such size," and they'll have somebody send them a picture of the shoes, and they'll get in their car and
it.
drive all the way up there
Wow.
because because they retired. They don't have nothing else to do. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's
these dudes
true.
done worked for the railroad for 35, 40 years, and they retired. Like they started the railroad when they 25. They worked 30, 35 years on the railroad, and they get them big fat railroad checks, right? And so they don't have nothing to do during the day. They don't want to work. So they'll get. Oh, look at that! Look at Rob. That
Oh,
is fly.
he was telling the truth.
Yeah, yeah. That's fly right there, dog. And it's clean.
Oh my
And it's
God.
clean.
Rob, what the? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Thank you
fly
for being
right
down
there.
south thing. Thank
Yeah,
God for being down south thing.
yeah. Because
Oh,
the weather be down here be so nice. You know what I'm saying? You be like,
wow.
yeah, yeah. So
Rob
it's like,
actually had a purple pair.
yeah, and like
Oh,
so
that's crazy.
cats would be like, cats would be like when I was up top, cats would be like, yo, I got such and such Tims and such and such Tims. I got Tims and Tims and Tims. And I was like, yeah, I like Tims, man. I do, man. But the older I get, the more I'm like, I gotta get out of these Tims, man, and get into something. You know what I'm saying? I got to get into something different. You know what I'm saying? So I get into those loafers. They feel good on your foot. You know what I'm saying? They just easy on the foot. You know what I'm saying? Hey
You
Rob,
talk,
those
you
are
talking
fine,
about?
man. Rob,
It,
you got me mad as hell now. I'm jealous as hell.
wow. Yo, Rob, I can't believe you can pull the things out. I thought you was joking, man. He really had
Nah.
the purple.
Those is fly. Those fly though.
Oh, yo.
Wow.
Yeah, those
Wow.
fly. So I do that. So down here, man, we do that a little bit more often. Like instead of doing
Oh, that's so
like
crazy.
the Jordan 11s and the Tims and like the big
Yeah.
shoes all the time, we more go to like the low cut joints, like the Nike
Wow.
Cortez, or when it comes to shoes, dude, like your driving shoes. You know what I'm saying? Your
Your
loafers that
driving
you just
shoes.
slide on. Yeah, your slip on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we be trying to be fly down here. You know what I'm saying?
That was too funny. Oh, that I never expected that. That's probably the most unexpected thing I seen on Knicks at
The
night.
shoe game culture is real, bro. The
Hey,
shoe
look,
game culture is real.
I
The-
had to
Wait,
go
the-
to a wedding in New
how
York.
far are you from Fiji? How far are you from Rob?
Um,
I think I'm about an hour and a half, maybe.
yeah,
Not
maybe
that
like
far.
round
Okay.
by hour and a half, two. Yeah.
Because you outside Charlotte, right?
No, I'm in Asheville.
Oh,
I'm up
you
there
in
in the mountains.
Asheville. You in
Mm.
Asheville. That's why you said I'm Cherokee. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm about like 45 minutes from Cherokee.
Okay.
Hey, Freezy, you was talking about the railroad, the retired railroad people. Would you believe I'm retired too?
Get out of here. Are you serious?
44. I'm retired, brother.
Wow.
Not
Wow.
not 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 of my own decision. My hand was
Oh.
forced. My hand was forced.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I had 3 strokes.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry to
But
hear that, bro.
no. It's all good.
Right. Right.
It's all good. Trust me, Rob.
Right.
All
Okay,
good.
okay.
But yeah, it was bad at one time. That happened
Right.
like about maybe
What
six
part of New
years
York
ago.
you in?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, you in
Okay.
Brooklyn?
I'm
What
in
part?
Brooklyn. I'm from Bed Stuy, but I'm in East New York now.
Oh, you in
East New
East New
York.
York? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Kinda
you
rough out here, man.
oh yeah, you out there deep.
Yeah, because as soon as he said, I thought he was gonna say, I thought he was gonna say Red Hook or say he's like East New York. I was like, damn man, that made me think I need to nail my wallet to the floor. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to East New York though.
When I was
It's
out
all
there in
good.
Brooklyn, I ain't go past
I'm not from East New York. I'm from Bed Stuy.
Right,
yeah, when I was
I'm a
out there, I
biggie.
didn't go past Ralph Avenue
Oh
and
man, yeah, right
the
over there.
yeah, and then
Well,
I go
Rob
over
over
there
there.
by and Utica. That was it.
Oh,
that was it. Yeah.
Eastern
well,
Parkway
Rob over
up there.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rob over there.
Over there, that's the furthest I go. When you go past there, nah, I ain't going.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to
Safety first.
visit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man,
Especially from
I'm retired
Manhattan.
though, Freezy, man. I'm
Yeah.
retired. I live in the gym.
A word.
I live in the
Word.
gym. That's
Word.
all I do. I don't do
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to
nothing else. But watch my credit score and go to the gym. Pay bills, go to the gym.
right.
But I'm
Yeah.
retired, so me and my family we have a house.
Right.
We actually had an apartment building. We had
Right.
a 6 unit, three bedroom unit building.
Right.
But we sold it. That was on in Bed Stuy.
Right.
But
Right.
we sold it. So now we in East New York. We downsized because we had the whole building, but like we had family members, and you know how with business and
Oh, they
family,
don't want to pay.
exactly. You know what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So that I mean, it was we had a nice ride. It was so cool. I agree. Check this out. I had grandmothers from both sides of the family in the same building.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah,
That was really
That's
dope.
dope. Yeah,
that's
that's dope.
instant babysitter.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but they God bless his soul. They both passed away now, but yeah, it was so dope. Aunts,
Yeah.
Oh, so
mothers,
you had a brownstone?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Oh
My,
yeah,
my,
yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Every time I think about doing business with my family, I get frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because people take certain things for granted. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like they talk good at first, and then once you get started, they talk
Mm-hmm.
slow. Like they talk real good in the beginning, and then as soon as why you coming over here? I told you I had the money. Hey man,
I like
hey
that.
cuzzo, you better pay me. I'm gonna punch you in your face. You know what I'm saying? You don't be trying to
Yeah,
play with me. This is business. You know what I'm saying?
it's
It's,
not
yeah,
good.
yeah. Because they be, you ain't gonna come in here bullying me. You better have my money, or I'm gonna punch
You
you
know,
in your neck.
it,
You know what I'm saying?
it
'Cause
ended messy. It ended messy, Freddie.
yeah,
It
yeah,
ended
man.
messy when we sold the building. It was messy,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
messy.
So I had and not to get too much into the family stuff, which was all
Yeah.
with mine, but so we had a bunch of land. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That ended crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because people think
See,
now people think they rich. They don't want to pay taxes, but they want to
but you
show up
gotta
when
pay
it's time to give
taxes.
out money. You know what I'm saying? Which is one thing. And then the other thing too is like so I be having calls and they like,
Mm.
yo, you know what I'm saying? Um, yo, my daughter needs some transportation, man. Let me give you half down, man, and then I give you the half later on. And I'll be like, no, because I
And
know
they ain't
you.
trying to hear that.
Because if you ain't gonna pay the man, you definitely ain't gonna pay your family. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
There's too
You,
many
No.
loopholes, too many excuses.
yeah, 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 yeah. And then they like, well, you got my baby out there at work. She ain't got no ride. That ain't my fault. That's your baby. That's your baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Why
baby.
you got her, man? Look, hey, man. Look, like Biggie said, keep your family and your business completely separated. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Don't
Completely separated.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it
cause
is what it is. Now that divided my whole family
yeah, man.
because we
Yeah,
had them all. Everybody was in the same building. That divided everybody.
yeah,
People
man.
walking on different floors, ain't speaking.
Yeah.
And that's too
Yep.
much.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. I do you one better. So a family member had went around and borrowed money from everybody. Right? She didn't think
What?
everybody was. She didn't know everybody was talking to each other. Like she did. Like, yo. So my mom would be like, yo, Uncle Freezy, such and such headed to your house right now to borrow some money. Y'all better not open that door. I'm like, that's my cousin. I can't leave outside. And so she come and she's like, I just need to borrow $150 until next week. And so Miss Mocha is like, oh boy, you know she ain't gonna pay you back no next week. She broke. She broke. And so all the family is getting together to sing. You know, I'm gonna do my little part. You know what I'm saying? With the family singing, right? You know, at church or
Yeah.
whatever. And so this heifer get mad at everybody. And she like the lead, she like the soloist, the lead singer. She don't even show up because she mad at the family. So she don't even show up for a church event because she knows she owe us money, and she mad at us because she owe us money. Rob,
That's how they do.
but Rob, but I ain't pointing out no nationalities or nothing. But my family is black. You know what I'm saying? And so
You know that
we
go.
and so we do that. We get an attitude when we wrong.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So yeah, she gonna get an
yeah.
attitude. I ain't singing with y'all. Y'all be treating me wrong. Wait a minute. We loaned you all this money and you ain't paid us back, but we doing you wrong?
hmm
Oh, come on, girl. But I mean, that's our family, man. So
Yeah, man. That's how they do. My cousin out there like that right now. I got him a fire stick so he could watch the games, right? So
Yeah.
right.
he said, just get it off Amazon for me, man. I got it. So I get the Amazon, get it programmed for it, give it to him. And then about a couple weeks go by, I call him. I was like, yo, what's up with that money for the fire stick? He said, oh, I know you ain't tripping over a little $40.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, oh my. Yeah. So hey, so Rob. So just for the record, I think me and you may be cousins.
Oh,
I got,
yeah,
I, I,
yeah,
I got cousins that do that same mess. They do that same.
yeah.
So I got you. You know I got you. Just look out for me, man. And then you look out for them, and then you like,
Yeah.
Oh.
yo,
I
where
looked
my
at the
money at?
phone like I might have owed him $40 the way he was
Right,
acting.
right. So we like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, man. You said look out for you. You got my back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Oh.
then we do it, and then I gotta hunt you down.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
when he first got it, he was calling me about the games, like, yo, and then it got to a couple weeks, I wasn't hearing from him no more, and I wasn't hearing about my money.
right.
So I placed the call, like, and I didn't waste no time. Yo, cuz, what about that 40? Oh, I know you ain't tripping over no $40 now. You know how we do. No, I don't know how we do.
Right. No, I don't know.
Like
Like,
you asked me to get the fire stick from Amazon. I got a program for you and everything. And then now, hey, and then he gonna come. Look, I'm home. He gonna come about a week later and come to my house and tape an envelope to my door and it say, "Here, your $40" with an exclamation point on it.
What?
man, hey, you grimy
Oh
son of a.
man.
Hey, Rob, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have had cousins pay me back with different stuff. Like they legit will say if they owe me, say for instance, we riding somewhere. I'm like, bro, you sure you good on gas? He's like, yeah, man. You know, I'm straight. And I'm like, dog, ain't no way we gonna make. Let me. He's like, yeah, man. Look out for me this time, man. And then I get you when we get back. You know what I'm saying? So I go in, I'm gonna pay for the gas. He's like, cuzzo, hey, look out for me, man. Let me get these Newports, man. I get you back as soon as we get to the crib. We get to the crib, dog. Ain't no looking out. Then him and his girl fighting, arguing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
the
dog.
startup. So you just leave.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's the setup.
Yeah, so Rob the Nick is my cousin. Rob the Nick is my cousin because he knew
Hey,
his
look, I can tell you what, I
Oh,
can do you
God.
one better, right? We going down to the concert down in Greenville. We was going to see Run DMC and I think Bobby Brown. This was back in the day down in Greenville, South Carolina.
Right.
Sound like
So
a lit concert right
my
there.
man, he with me, he got his cousin with him. So we get in the car, right? I drive down. We get down there, right? We just all kicking it and everything, having a few drinks on the way. We get down there. His cousin don't got no money.
Not that. Not that way.
No money
Not that way.
at all. No money. Now look, the tickets to get in $40, but he don't got no money.
Right.
So he was like, he told his cousin, he said, Harry, man, won't you just spot me the 40? Harry said, man, I ain't going for that bullshit. I ain't this shit. And then he came to me. He was like, yo, man, I got you. I got you. His cousin looked at me and was like, no, he don't.
Right.
I said, man, what you gonna do with him? He gonna say his ass gonna stay outside.
Right.
So I said, look, I'm not. He said, man, just leave your car open. I said, man, look, I'm not leaving my car open. You going at the parking lot, pimp. Boop, boop. And we went to car center. We came out like 2-3 hours later.
Right.
He's sitting on the car talking. It started raining. He talking about, man, that's messed up, man.
Hey, dog, you ain't got no money. Why you go?
Yeah, why you jump in the car?
Right.
Yo, we like, look, stop, get something to eat. He was like, nah, he need to learn this lesson. I was like, yo, that's your cuz, okay.
All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, so I ain't gonna lie to you. So that scenario has happened to me before, but it happened to me in a situation where I had money. I left my wallet home. You know how they be blowing the horn downstairs, hurry up, man, hurry up, hurry up. And then I walk out and I'm like, oh man, because we went to
yeah, but your face is good, so you don't got nothing to worry about.
It's shit right. So my man was like, so and I'm meeting chicks and I ain't got no money. And I'm like, oh God, I'll get man, And we like it was so we was in Houston, Texas, right? We in Houston. And I left my wallet on it. And I'm like, God. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't brought my card or nothing. Everything I got is in that wallet. Right. I'm like, God, dog it. And so my man loaned me $100. He was like, yo, hey, Uncle Freezy, just take this $100, man, and then as soon as we get back, just hit me up. And I was like, yo, hey man, I got you. I'll throw you a little something extra since you looked out for me. Right. But during the time, this dude talking noise. Like, yeah, man, that broke joker, man. I had to loan him $100. And I'm like, yo, I was gonna be your man. And so what happened is I meet this chick and we wind up like dating or whatever after that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so she was like, man, that man was talking that noise about you. You sure that's your friend? And I'm like, yeah, that's my man. I don't know what happened though. He just but I got
himself in front of the chicken wings. That's all.
Yeah. So I mean, when we got back, I paid him back. Like as soon as we pulled in the park, I was like, wait right here. Let me go get your bread. So I gave him like $20 extra for looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like 100. But I'm like, dog, why you know what I'm saying? Trying to play with man. This is something that dudes will fight over. You know what I'm saying? This right here is what dudes go to blows over. You can't play your man like that. We supposed to be what's happening. He's like, nah, man, we got down there, man, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but don't do that no more, though. Like that.
Yeah, don't play my face like that.
You can't do that, man, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna come a day where you be like, oh man. Like when I was smoking Black and Miles, man, I used to smoke Black and Miles. I know y'all gonna judge me. Y'all like, man, how you smoke them things is terrible, But so I used to smoke Black and Miles, and this dude that used to work with me, he ain't never had Black and Miles because he's one of them dudes. He ain't had no car or whatever. So he buy his stuff whenever somebody else is going to the store. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So my man was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, man, let me get a Black and Mild. I'm like, man, you every day, dog. What's happening? And so I'm like, I'm talking noise. So I'm like, I'm like, I'm gonna have to file you on my taxes. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm supporting you, man. I'm giving you back in my. And he's like, nah, man, it ain't even that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, a man was legit hitting me up like every day. I was like, yo, we're gonna fix this. So I took him down to the tobacco store, man. I was like, yo, get what you need right now, bro. So cause you ain't gonna be hitting me up no every day. Every day. Like when I see you coming, I know what you're gonna ask me for. And you ain't even shame. You ain't even shame. You like,
Took him
what?
to the
You
smoke
looking at
shop.
him? Huh?
You took him to the smoke shop.
Yes, yes. It's the spot. It's the spot where I buy cigars from, man. They have like the premium cigars in there. That you know, like say for instance, like when we all get together, whatever. I don't know if you smoke or not. It don't matter, right?
Yeah,
But like yeah, but when we get together, you know what I'm saying? I'm like bring some type of gift. You know what I'm saying? Like either a bottle of wine, cigar or something. You know what I'm saying? Just to give out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you get
Yeah.
around people, you shouldn't come empty handed, right? So, but that's my thing now. Others may not believe in that, but that's just how I rock.
No, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So like say if you throw a joint at your crib and you like, yo, Uncle Freezy, you invited. So for one, I'm gonna show up on time, right? I'm gonna show up on time, and I'm gonna leave on time, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna leave on time, right? But in between all of that, I'm gonna tell a few stories. I'm gonna give out the gift that you know what I'm saying that
Yeah.
I bought with me. You know what I'm saying? We're
Come
gonna be
up.
respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, I believe in that fellowship thing. It's the reason why we do the channel, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, yo, when I come over, you be like, man, Uncle Freezy, I appreciate this. I don't even drink or smoke. I'm just, hey, bro, it's a gift. It's a gift. If you want to
Yeah.
give that gift away to somebody else, hey, I'm not offended, but I can't just show
Right.
up. You know what I'm saying? With
Right.
empty hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, I took my man to the thing. I'm like, yo, my man needs some Black and Miles. She was like, well, how many packs you need? You see one pack? I was like, yo, bro, you know you need to get you to at least 5 packs while you here. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you don't know when you're gonna be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? And you
Wait,
ain't
you bought it for him?
no, I told him to buy him for stuff. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
All
I
right.
didn't buy him for because it'd have been the same thing as him smoking off me every day.
Dang, you sure enough.
Yeah, and for the record, we was working construction. So I'm like on the backhoe, right?
Yeah.
I'm like on the backhoe, like trying to stay in between these lines so I can dig out your channel for us to put the piping down for the city or whatever. And I could see him come walking across the field, and people would be like, "Oh, here he comes. You know what he won't." You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, don't play my man like that. You know what I'm saying? But I did know what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, but he
That's
was good
funny.
people. He was just stuck. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so
Yeah,
that's so
man.
funny, man.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, when I used to see him come across the thing, I just started going in my pocket because I already know what he want. You know what I'm saying?
It's not digging in. That
Yeah,
remind me.
yeah.
That remind me of this dude, man. Like I told you I'm always in the gym. So
You're
of
right.
course I got the black card in Planet Fitness. So now with the the whole COVID thing, they got like if you want to bring a guest, they got it so where you could just go to the app on your phone and
Right.
add the guests from your phone.
Right.
So one dude, he didn't have he had a membership before the COVID, but after the COVID, like he didn't get another membership. But
Right.
he knew I had a membership, right?
Right.
So hey, yo, every day, like yo, you there? You going to the gym today? Like we was
Mm.
already cordial, but now he's extra cordial. He's
Right.
checking to
Right.
see if I'm going first. So check what he do, right? First he be like, oh, you going to the gym today? I be like, yeah, I'm there 6 days a week. I'm going. He's like,
Right.
all right, you hook me up. I'm like, all right, I'll hook him up. So I got to the point where it's I take Sunday off, and then sometimes I'm just not there. Well, he'll come at a different time. He'll hit me up, yo, what's up? What you doing, man? Yeah, he's like, yo, is he asked me, is so and so at the front desk? I'm like, it don't even matter. What's up? He's like, yo, you
Right.
think you'll hook me up? Now it's straight. He ain't even trying to get a membership. I
Right.
get rid of text any time of the day. Yo,
Right.
man, once he can hit me up, like, well, I was in Jersey, because my show lives in Jersey. I'm in Jersey, and he like, yo, what's up, man? He's like, yo, I know you went to the gym earlier. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? He's like, yo, I'm gonna run into the gym for a little. You think to hook me up? Every other day, Freezy.
Right.
This guy hit me up so I could send him with the pass. I'm like, oh
Right. Right.
God, this
Right.
guy. I don't know how. I wanted to stop, but I'm a cool dude. But I really wanted to stop, man. I'm like, yo, come on,
Right.
you can go get a membership, man. It's like $10 now.
$10, bro. It's $10.
Come on, bro.
Yo,
Come on, you always working.
right, right. It's
You know what you do? This is what you do with him.
What's that?
Buy him that first month and then cut off the passes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I have to get right. He won't be able to come
Yeah,
back to
you
me,
be
right?
like, yo, here. And then he's situated with the people.
Right.
And then look, they see you on me. They see you on me too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And dead him.
Right.
But I
Right.
mean, he go without me, bro, because you don't gotta be. We don't never have to see each other. Like I could set the pass up, boop, and he just go.
Yo,
Hey,
so YouTube watcher said, Freezy, you never got to tell the public your age. Nah, man. The thing is with age and race and a whole bunch of other stuff, man. I would much rather y'all trust who I am as a person and what I say, as opposed to having to fact check me. Because if you got to fact check the people that you're talking to, you don't really need to be talking to them.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? It's like with me, Rob the Nick has never heard me ask about his age or where he worked or if he married and none of that stuff. All we do is talk about the Knicks and mix in some other conversations and stuff. Because to me, that ain't really, to be honest with you, to me, that ain't really even important. You know what I'm saying?
It's really not. It's not.
The most important thing to me is that my man is safe, right? And that we can kick it. And that he don't talk over me when I'm telling him about calling Louis Town trades.
All he does is honest mistake.
Yeah. No, Rob, right, man. That's the most important. Like when Foxy come on, I don't ask Foxy his age or about economics or where he lives. You know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. The main thing is that we have a chemistry on the screen, and we just kick it. Like me and Chris Chang, my brother, my half brother. I think I got all the good looks, and he got all the money. Chris Chang is good.
Yo,
Right.
speaking of personal information, I was supporting what's the name, man, Ron, right?
Right.
So I actually won a hat. I won a hat.
Right.
So he was like, well, come on. He's like, stay in the chat. I was in a video chat. He like, stay in the video chat, and after the video chat, we could swap out personal information, right? So
Right.
it was a full video chat. Yeah, everybody. So everybody was off. Everybody signing off, like going off. So it was just me and him, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you my information, whatever, right?
Right.
So I give him my information. What? You tell me why the chat was still going. Yeah.
Right.
It was still going. I gave my personal information, and the chat was still, somebody in the chat was like, yo, y'all still alive?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, y'all still alive. I'm like, oh man.
Oh,
I said,
man.
you know what? I said, you know what though? I live in East New York. Nobody coming over here.
Ain't nobody come to
Right.
East New York.
Coming over here.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was just us, but no, man. Somebody was still on. I was like, oh my god.
Like
It was
that.
still like,
Hey, fellas, it's 3:40, man. I got the roll.
Yeah, I got to get out of here too, man. I got to get
salute,
out.
fellas.
But I will say this.
What's up?
I'll just say this real quick. So the thing I told the story this one time about me crying at school, right? So I was like as a kid, I was like the wannabe tough kid, even though I was skinny and scrawny. Like I was like the wimpy kid, right?
You were
know what I'm
skinny and
saying?
scrawny?
Yes, man.
Wow.
Man, I was so skinny. That you can, like, I put on like the white beaters and you can still see my ribs through the white beater. That's how skinny I was. Through a shirt, you can still see, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, my teacher come in one day with an attitude, Mr. Williams. He come in the classroom with an attitude. He slammed the paper down on the table. Wham! And I'm like, oh snap, Mr. Williams is mad. And I go up to Mr. Williams. I'm like, Mr. Williams, what's happening? He like, Uncle Freezy, go to your seat and sit down. And I'm like, oh, it's one of them days, right? Because I could usually go talk to the teacher, like, yo, what's happening? What we gonna? He like, Uncle Freezy, y'all go get some graph paper and y'all just draw. Just draw. Y'all ain't got no. And I'm like, yo, just draw.
Sure.
Yeah, this dude, Mr. Williams, even though he was only my teacher for for one grade or whatever, he come to me like, I'm like, yo, Mr. Williams, what's happening? He like, you ain't heard Clyde Frazier just got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right? And so it starts getting hot in the classroom, right? So it started getting hot in the classroom to me. I'm like, oh my God, this hot here. I started sweating and I start crying, man. I start crying like boo-hooing. Like a family member, like a legit family member passed away or something. And Mr. Williams, Uncle Freezy, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Uncle Freezy? Why are you crying? And I'm trying to tell him, you know what I'm saying? Now you keep me crying. So I'm crying. I'm talking about ruined.
You a real dog Nick fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, we was young though, and my uncles painted a picture of Clyde Frazier and Willis Reed like they were superheroes. Like they was, because I was a kid, so they were superheroes in my mind, right? So when he said Clyde Frazier got traded, man, I bust out crying. I cried for the whole period. My eyes was all red. My shirt was wet. Mr. Williams was like, Uncle Freezy, go to the bathroom and wipe your face. I'm walking down the hallway crying. Clyde Frazier, Clyde Frazier. You know, like little kids be crying. And so the teachers is like, what's wrong with him? And Mr. Williams was like, leave him alone. Clyde Frazier got traded. And the teachers was like,
just as much as you was.
because back then, before we got overwhelmed with technology and news, you went by legend. Legend was more important than facts back then, right?
Wow.
The legend of somebody was more important than facts. See, nowadays we fact check everything. Like if Rob said Devontae Graham is 6'3", I immediately fact check. I went immediately and looked, and he's 6'1", right? But back then, if Rob said he was 6'3", in my mind I'm like, he's 6'3", he might be 6'4", 6'5". Like it's a legend, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, so I said all of that to let YouTube watcher know that YouTube watcher when Clyde Frazier got drafted, when Clyde Frazier got traded, me and my homeboys, we cried together like we cried.
He said me and my homeboy, we cried.
Yeah, we had a crew.
Wait, and your teacher?
Yeah, and my teacher. My teacher and his friends was outside smoking, right? And I saw him. And so the kids could never go over to the teacher smoking area, right? You'll never go over there. Because they'll be like, get your ass away from here. You know what I'm saying? Because the teachers legit, they dealt with kids all day, so they just needed their own space. You know what I'm saying? Because kids is crazy. And so I went over there and I heard them, they was like, man, they traded Clyde Frazier and they ain't got nothing for him. And that's what made it worse, man. That's what made it worse, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. I've never even heard a story. I never spoke to no one that was a fan from at that time.
Yeah, man.
That's so funny. Oh God. Wait. So who was in the trade? Who did they trade Clyde Frazier for?
Nobody. It was like it was like the Carmelo Anthony trade. Like legit. Who did we get? We got Doug McDermott and Enos Kanter. Nobody.
How old was Clyde? Did Clyde have any major injuries?
No, not that I remember. Not that.
How old was it when he traded him?
The Clyde was old. Clyde was like 33, 32, 33, something like that.
Yeah, it was really old back then.
Yeah. And so it was his time. I just didn't think it was coming. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's too
but
funny.
yeah,
All
yeah. But anyway, I'm a rock. I'm gonna get out of here,
right,
man.
man. All right, yo, peace. Salute, man. Appreciate you, bro. I see you went back when? What, the next game?
Thursday, next Thursday.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
gotta
man.
find something to do.
Yeah, man. I holler at you.